you f***ing ruined it, you pieces of
Are you gonna die, Brandon?
The pages are sticky.
That's that when you start.
That's why Jesus Christ, I'm gonna punch you. I'm so sick of this stupid communist sympathizer talking point.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unsubscribe podcast. I'm joined today by Eli Double Fat, Brandon Herrera, and the chubby electron man.
You just forgot who he was.
Forgot my name. Fuck you too, Cody.
You just like pointed. That was like a tattoo man.
I know what I'm doing.
Look at me.
And donut Papa Baby.
Hello, donut here.
Okay, now we can talk about your tremendous experience.
Oh, Delta geographically edging me for the last 4 fucking hours.
Yeah. Sun Country's not bad, is it now?
Fuck you.
Huh.
At least I had internet while I was falsely imprisoned for 4 fucking hours. To be fair.
That's what, you know you're fucking desperate when you want to be let off in Austin.
Bro.
Right.
They're just like, yeah, there's no gates. They won't let... San Antonio won't let us land. Austin won't let us like attach the plane so you can get the fuck off. And we just had to sit there for 3 hours. And then finally, the captain gets on. He's like, hey, they're fueling up. We're going to take off in 20 minutes. We can open the gate. You guys can go out if you want for 10 minutes. And I was like, oh, good. Thanks for now letting me
Appreciate
off, dickhead.
you.
Like, I could have drove to Austin and back, or to San Antonio and back twice by now. But no, fine, whatever. I'm here. I made it.
Your text.
Okay.
I was just getting text.
Yeah,
I was like,
I was mad. I was mad when I was texting you. It was not good.
everyone's like, what's the plan? I'm like, bros, my plan is based off of Nick's scheduling right now, and I thought you had already dismounted the plane. You're like, no, it's still here. And I was like,
Still here.
oh, it's been an hour, dog.
Do you ever get on the no-fly list after the plane has landed?
Thought about it.
And then it's 17 minutes.
Were there any homeless guys 69ing in the Austin airport?
I didn't get into the airport. I was stuck on the plane the entire time. At one point, I did like semi-loudly make the joke, like, guys, look, I know there's an inflatable slide. We could get out of here. And they did not think that was funny. So there was that.
Sir?
Right.
Our inflatable slide. Only we get to use it.
I know they have it.
Listen here, I'm a paying customer, God damn it.
Dude, everyone's been, it's been.
Airports customers are not always right.
Oh, there we go. I was like, where's my notes? Yeah, you fucking, what? We've had AK-50. This has been actually crazy, like 2 weeks, because AK-50, fucking Pepperbox.
Yes.
Charity announcement.
Yeah.
Tiny Guns 3 coming this week.
It's been a while.
Yeah. Like, it has been a good chunk of time. So we have like a good episode of just, I don't even know how to start. And then your history shit. I don't.
Yeah, your shit.
Yeah,
I guess.
You fucking, what's your name again? Yeah. Point at you.
Flux editing my video about Chick-fil-A right now, so this is accurate. And this is why I have this sandwich.
How is it though? Is this a good one? I got us like grilled sandwiches, I think. Just regular grilled.
So Nick talks
What's
about
wrong with you?
Nick talks about why he's so homophobic and why he loves Chick-fil-A, I believe. That's the summary of it?
It's 30 minutes. It's
just an anti-gay
Let me tell you
rant.
about the gays.
I'm like, well, Nick.
I refuse to feel that. When I was researching for the Chick-fil-A video, there is a legitimate news headline on NBC from like 3 years ago. The headline of the article is, and quotes, I'm gay and I love eating at Chick-fil-A. Should I be ashamed of myself? ? And then it's just a whole article breaking down why this person should or should not be ashamed of enjoying a chicken sandwich.
The gays are shaming themselves
it's
now.
the funniest fucking article I've ever read in my life.
Society is flipping slowly.
I just like one of them. There's a comedian. It's like, I just love fucking Chick-fil-A. I don't give a shit their stance on anything. They have good ass food. That's all it is for me.
It's a chicken sandwich. Calm down.
Hey, whoa.
There was a good portion of my life that I would have Chick-fil-A like every day, like once a day at some point, just because it was fast and it was the fastest thing that could come to my house for DoorDash. And it's delicious. It's fucking good.
It destroys me.
Do you know what makes it so good?
No.
Why it has a distinct taste?
The homophobia.
The homophobia.
It's a fryer. This is oil homophobia. There we go. It's a secret ingredient.
And a little bit of oops.
And a dash of that. Cody chose violence
That's why
today.
all the upfront employees are so nice, because you don't want to be the ones that have to work in the back.
Eugene, the meat candy videos.
Oh, that girl.
Oh God.
Crazy eyes.
Well, you haven't seen Meat Canyon's video of it?
I only
He
saw
did an
it.
entire cartoon on Chick-fil-A.
Wait,
I
you've
saw,
seen,
like, the
you've
first
seen
minute.
Crazy Eyes video though, right? The girl working the counter at Chick-fil-A.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The meme?
Yeah. Papa Meat did a video on it.
Oh, okay.
I saw
haven't
the
that one.
I didn't know there was a video.
I haven't seen the video yet.
Oh boy.
It's, dude.
On the plane, I watched his video on God, what's the word? What's the trendy word for it?
Oh, yeah.
the rich kids pretending to be poor hippies.
Oh,
That chick was doing
I know
it.
you're talking about. You're talking about that chick with dreadlocks, right?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that one yet.
He's got the perfect word for it.
Why does literally the first thing that pops up is your video? When I
Sorry,
go
I
to
can't
shit.
help it.
yeah, Trustafarian.
Trustafarian, yes.
Yes.
You're like, hey, trust
My
the
parents are rich, so I get to live like a Rastafarian, Trustafarian, trust fund, Rastafarian.
Is this an actual thing now?
Have you seen this chick?
Like
I seen that girl. I didn't. I have not done any that. I don't know who she is. I've seen her on the internet.
He does a good
Yeah.
job. He's basically just like exposing this scam where you can have your parents pay like 30 grand and you can go pretend like you're helping third world impoverished countries and get a bunch of pictures for your Harvard application, and he just rips them apart.
and all the people pretending to be in poverty that are like, you know, oh, I'm just discovering myself, and I'm just all I need is my van, bro. And it's like a $250,000 Sprinter that their parents paid for.
Wait, I don't think you know struggle.
Hashtag van life.
Like,
That van would be cheaper if it wasn't for fucking chickens in the 1960s and Lyndon B. Johnson.
all right, we know, buddy. We know.
Calm down. Getting him riled up right now.
As he defiantly bites down on a chicken sandwich.
What they get?
Have you ever tried to break a bad habit and it just felt like you're climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops? We have all been there, everyone. But here's a breath of fresh air, Fume. It's not about giving up, it's about switching up. Fume simply takes your habit and makes it better, healthier, and a whole lot more enjoyable. Fume is an innovative, award-winning air-flavored device. Instead of vapor, Fume uses flavored air. Instead of electronics, Fume uses natural nature. It uses air powered by your lungs. And instead of harmful chemicals, Fume uses delicious flavors. You get it. Instead of bad, Fume is good. It's a habit you're free to enjoy and makes replacing your bad habit easy. Mine's at the Unsub house and I'm not there right now. Fume comes with an adjustable airflow dial and movable parts and magnets. Gives your fingers a lot to do if you're trying to de-stress. Now on a personal note, it is extremely weird having a device that is operated by your lungs and the air around you, and it tastes good. So go start that good habit over at tryfume.com/unsub to save 10% off the Journeyman pack today.
So we'll go into dude, fucking 107,000 and change was raised. We're gonna donate 110 because those weird numbers throw me off.
Yeah. It's because
Really
you're
badly.
fucking autistic. The exact thing that we're donating
I
to.
was like, I don't like the I want 110 and then it looks really clean. But you guys fucking crushed it. Like, well, they all
They've
crushed
crushed it.
They all fucking crushed it. I don't think anyone was prepped for that number.
No.
Reading from the comments, everyone's just like, holy fuck. And again, holy fuck. A lot of shirts sold.
I know. I figured we'd just be like, hell yeah, $10,000. Fuck yeah, dude.
No, this is quite literally weaponized autism, is what we just did.
Yeah.
Offensive shirts for change.
That should be the name of the charity we open.
Well, I don't, dude, I will say because the organizations actually reach out to me for the donation. So it was like back and forth. And that was one of the weirdest conversations having with these people. They'd be like, oh my God, well, first thing we're going to do is put up one of your episodes on, we'll do a group meeting and watch it together. I was like, oh, lady, I would hold the fuck on that.
No.
Yeah. She's like, why? You guys did such a good cause. This is unheard of. I was like, I would.
Wait, let him do it.
Let him do it.
That is way funnier.
Let me, you guys are going to love this. Cause I was like,
You think they'd give us R-word passes? Like laminated
Well,
ones?
we've already talked about that.
we
we
already
definitely have them now.
Yeah, we've got our passes now. Just wait till the next charity event we do is through the NAACP. How much money do we have to raise? Al Sharpton, give me a number.
There is a number. I just want the photo op for that. That's all I care for. Just us smiling. They're like, But they did have a number. Where is?
Whenever I find a funny joke in my head that's just a little too edgy, it's even funnier when I just tee it up for the guy running for Congress.
Oh, I will jump through that portal every time.
Like, I'll take this grenade.
Oh man, God forbid you make a joke on a comedy podcast.
Dude, I know. And
inappropriate.
they want you to. They're questioning you. You've been questioned if you're going to stay on the podcast after getting.
Oh yeah,
elected or whatever it's called.
yeah. In the words of Jordan Belfort, I'm not fucking leaving.
Wait, who questioned you?
Oh, I've gotten that question behind the scenes a lot. A lot of people, not people that were just like, you need to do this. They're just like, so, you're not going to do that podcast after, right? I'm like, oh no, I'm fully intent. We're going to ramp it up.
This is going to Washington.
Yeah, we will have an episode from my office.
Okay, this is just real quick. Organization for Autism Research, one of the business managers and like all the heads. P.S. I listened to the autism test episode. I was like, oh, that's the one you start on? The one where we said retard 40 times? I was like, oh, man.
With AJ Wilkerson, though. I mean, he's just...
But they said, and it was like hearing all my intrusive thoughts, a hilarious and enlightening episode. Everyone was so supportive for it. Nice. And all the ladies, like, a shout out to all the different little calls. Because every time I hop on, they'd be like, can we cuss? And I'm like, yeah, go for it. And they're like, this is fucking awesome. I was like, hey. We corrupt a lot of people, but a majority of them are just blown away because apparently doing just a random act of kindness does not happen. They're used to having to pay for that shit. Like they pay a team or guys to come on, like, hey, just support the cause. We'll give you like 10 grand to raise 100 grand. I was like, so us just... And you all just writing a check, fucking awesome job, guys. You killed it. I was so fucking stoked. Woo. Hey, cheers to that, boys. You guys killed it.
That's worth it.
110,000, is that what we settled on?
Yeah,
all right.
Fucking crushed.
110,000 to autism charities in 1 month.
1 fucking month, which is crazy. Brandon, how's your AK video doing?
Let's check in. At time of recording, it's about 72 hours past upload. And
you can already buy scale models on wish.com. Actually.
Shut up, don't give them ideas.
Timu.
3.02 million views.
God damn, and that's your one of
That's
10.
Our 1 of 10. That's our 1 of 100. That's our 1 of 1,000. That's the highest one that we've ever done.
I mean, obviously, you've seen all the stuff on Reddit about you.
Which one?
Just
Which
the
ones?
gun. My favorite one is the slow-mo when you shoot and the barrel.
Yeah.
And they just wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
No, I've not seen that.
You haven't seen that? So funny.
That's fucking hilarious.
Put it up.
There's a lot of people like who have never seen high-speed footage of a weapon firing. Or like an AK with like the barrel whip and whatnot on that. They're like, oh my God, you're supposed to do that. I'm like,
not
yeah.
safe. Yes, it's
We
fine.
just, it's a 10-pound steel tube. Like, yeah, does this hurt the gun?
Are you going to die, Brandon? Maybe.
Probably, well, yes. Objectively, yes. But
Scientifically, yes, one day.
It's going to be Shinzo Abe part 2.
we did oh God. Gonna get smoked by some greasy Redditor and a homemade gun.
Oh, I was talking about the video, but yes, that also. I'm really hoping that you taught them how to fucking build the gun. Okay,
Hey, you reap what you sow.
God, that was 8 years in the work. It fucking slayed the intro, everything. That was. I'm so glad you. That dude, I'm so many props for that video because you started with you doing like you captured the audience's attention, pulling it out, racking it, and then it goes into the dope intro.
Oh yeah,
the slow mo, and then right into the video.
That Angel of the Morning shot, we have been planning that. No shit for like 5 years. I've always wanted to do that I always thought that'd be cool for the final AK-50 video, right? Maybe 4 years or something. And so that was actually my buddy's sister who recorded that song for us years ago. And we just pulled it out. I just messaged her on Instagram like, oh yeah, by the way, we just finally finished that. It's like, oh wait, shit, I forgot about that. Holy fuck.
Put it into place.
Oh, she sounds so good too, man.
It was amazing.
I was wondering why you fucking put that song in there because I was like, he's gonna get copywritten, like struck.
We still did.
Yeah,
It was because it was so close.
Oh.
They still took them. I disputed it. We'll see what happens, but
As such, like, fuck, because that was the first video of all yours that, well, your voiceovers during it and you telling a narrative while doing everything, I was like, oh, boy. Dude, that was autism.
I'm like, if you're gonna go
well
whole
spoken.
hog, if you're gonna go whole hog for one video,
Dude.
it's the AK-50 video. You fucking got it. This is half of what built me, you know?
It was fucking so good. That just congrats to that one because that was, again, amazing. Just that was the best piece of, in your opinion, was that your highest quality?
I'm most proud of that, I think, yeah. I you know, it was funny because while I was, you were there for the tail end of this, we were just sitting down, me and DeLance were writing the narration for it. We were writing the audio. We were, or basically writing our narrative for the video like a couple days before we finished filming the last bits. And it wasn't until we got with that, like the intro narration and the outro narration, I'm like, oh, this is how we're going to put it. And I'm like writing it and I'm reading it out loud and I got choked up. And I'm like, no. So people are like, oh, did you like, you know, when you were firing the gun, like I knew it was going to work. Like I knew like these things, like it just made sense that it was all going to, but it was during the narration where I'm like basically talking about closing a chapter of my life that's been going my entire adult life. And I'm just like, oh God, I'll be okay. Baseball. It's
You were trying not to come nice.
yeah. Yes, Eli, that's what I meant.
I get it, Brett. Closing that chapter. Baseball.
In a manner of speak, I have been edging for about a decade on this project, so
It's so fucking good. You good over here?
almost had a moment there.
I'm good.
It was a good lead. You fucking crushed it though. That was I could hear your voice even when you were talking. You had some where it was like that slight in your voice, right?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, dude, you could tell it was like for real. I'm the only one that cries here, Brandon. Don't take that.
Yeah.
From me. I'm the bitch ass.
You're like, I take the bitch ass award, pin it on me for an episode.
Like this is mine now.
I'm just happy you did it in 50 BMG and not whatever the fuck the Dishka shoots.
12.7 by 108. Slightly bigger, but same power, which is about everything the Russians do, is overbuild it, but don't make it better.
Yep.
Didn't you say you can put 50 in a Dishka though?
Yes. Well, that was their initial strategy.
What?
Huh?
Can you?
I was under the impression that yes. I was under the impression the Dishka. Maybe I'm fucking wrong. We're gonna double check after this now. But I was
Or
under the
don't
impression
let someone in Ukraine figure this out.
because the 12.7 is slightly bigger, just a little tiny bit, and their strategy was that way. They had their own ammo, and then in theory, they could also use American ammo if they came across it, but not the other way around because their ammunition wouldn't fit in a 50.
I mean, that I wouldn't say no to that right off the gate because it sounds like I mean they're very close. They're like 99% identical.
Yeah.
So I could see that potentially being true, but there's a lot of those Cold War kind of FUD lore things.
New
going
video.
around.
I mean, that's
Actually,
a
yeah.
really banger video.
I just have to find a fucking 12.7 by 108. Well, actually,
That you
fuck.
trust.
I own a Dishka.
I was
Forgot
gonna
about
say, I
that.
thought you.
Well, no, the Dishka.
Yeah,
was
I know you have a Dishka,
I've got the
motherfucker.
ammo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got the ammo. Believe it or not, I bought. This is so fucking funny. I think it's just rebranded Tula, but it is Chris Kyle Memorial Ammo. There is a company that was selling Chris Kyle Memorial ammunition.
With 12.7?
I promise you, it's hand on the Bible. Yes, that is. I have like 3
Who the
boxes of it
fuck
at my
shoots
house.
12.7?
Why would you do that round for a
Chris-
memorial of Chris Kyle?
Yeah.
Introducing the AK-47 memorial piece for Chris Kyle.
Or for Eli Cuevas.
Russian ammunition.
7.62 by 39, commemorating Eli.
Like, why did you do that? It's just a Chinese flag comes up. Like,
Oh,
boy,
God.
this is so wrong.
My John Lennon Memorial 38 special.
See, that one makes sense, though. At least that has a tie-in.
Imagine there's no ammo.
The rest are just like, what the fuck? That's a good-ass video, though.
I mean,
Is the Fat Electrician lying? What a great video.
That's it. That's it. And it's you like, boy.
Is Nick making shit up?
We got him now.
First round just blows up Brandon's super expensive Dishka. It's like, ooh, okay.
well,
So communism. That's what we're talking about.
not great. Could have been better.
Was it? It won't blow up the gun. The worst would be just barrel. What would be the worst thing that would happen on that?
I mean, if I had to guess, it would just not fire because it would probably sink too deep into the chamber and probably be a really boring malfunction.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're not even gonna blow your throat out or anything. That's
I
fucking
know, no
lame.
thumbs necessary. Just one of those lame malfunctions, not the one you get 20 million views because of.
Selling lots of merch.
Yeah, it's on tons of shirts.
Ooh, look at me. I'm Kentucky Ballistics. Fucking businessman.
I'm back to benching over 400 pounds in like a month.
We should just start a conspiracy that he faked it. He faked the whole thing. His wife's like a Hollywood makeup person. Like,
This is going to take off.
I want to see those receipts. He faked the whole thing. We know it. We heard about this. We knew.
I didn't. Speaking of that, I didn't realize that same style of gun was at range day until I watched the documentary. And the dude running the table's like, "Yeah, nobody here is probably gonna want to shoot it because everybody knows Scott."
So it actually wasn't the same one, same company. So it wasn't the Serbu RN50. It was the Serbu BFG50, I think, the bolt action one.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't the thread cap pickle jar.
I was about to say, it's not
Okay.
the one that you fucking screw a cap on.
Even still, not because it's Serbu, but because it's like a single shot 50. Those things make me fucking nervous for that exact reason.
I will never shoot mine.
But yours is all nice and gold plate.
You got the gold one.
Yeah, the real gold too. 100% out spray.
Yep, 100% not fucking Rust-Oleum.
Still got it though with all your autographs on it. Still never going to shoot that thing.
I don't blame you.
Fuck no, dude.
Because it's a shorty too, right?
Yeah.
It's like super short.
And Demo put an RMR on. So it's just a little red dot. It's like a Vortex RMR. You're like, okay.
You know what I like doing all day? Being on my phone to do stuff, ordering food, looking at stuff I shouldn't be looking at. You know what the scary part is? Those phone carriers, they collect your data. Verizon's even admitted to it. They say it's to understand my interests better. But really all they're trying to do is sell your interest to other advertisers. The more they can get on you, the larger their paychecks get. Which is why I use EXPRESSVPN. EXPRESSVPN is an app that prevents your phone carriers from being able to see the sites you visited and selling it off to third parties. All it takes, one tap of a button, and all your network data is then encrypted and rerouted to ExpressVPN's secure servers. For ultimate privacy, ExpressVPN protects all your network data, even while you're using your favorite apps. Whether you're an iPhone, Android, or even a tablet, ExpressVPN works on all devices. The best part, one subscription can be used up to 5 devices at once. When your phone carrier tracks you, it's a gross invasion of privacy. Now you can keep letting them cash in on it, or visit expressvpn.com/unsub to get the same VPN that we all use over here at Unsub. Take back your online privacy today and use this code to save yourself 3 months for free. That's expressvpn.com/unsub, UNSUB.
We got what? Pepperbox Launch. That went fucking
Fantastic.
again. Jesus fucking Christ.
Thank you, guys.
Wow, that project's been a couple years in the works, just a couple years in the works, and to see the reception, all the hard work everyone put in leading up to it, even that we were supposed to launch 3 weeks before, had pushback because things were getting found out. It was like, hey, this isn't working. Hey, we got little hiccups here. Refine the message. Thank you, watcher, for fucking a launch up of your own sub so we could just watch everyone attack it. And be like,
So we watched
Okay,
you make
no.
all the mistakes.
You just fucking, you sent that to the group
I
chat.
sent
You're
that to
like,
the group chat. I was like, hey, we should pay attention to this.
yeah.
hey, you guys saved the fucking day. Because we're like, messaging, really important.
Well, luckily they launched theirs in a, well, unlucky for them, but lucky for us. They launched theirs in a much different way. It was very tone deaf the way they did it. Like we could always attempt, or we were always going to do it the way that we did. It was just nice to know that we were not also tone deaf and not crazy on the way that we were launching.
No, it was just really important on because everything was the exact same. The only thing we really wanted everyone to know was like, hey, YouTube content isn't changing. Everyone's going to continue doing the exact amount of YouTube content. What we're doing is just like the exclusive content and then no censoring,
Yeah.
and no ads. That's what everyone was super stoked for.
More
So,
content and without the censorship. And not just give money.
give money. And then all the people that signed up, all the big YouTube creators that are like under the umbrella now,
Yep.
pushing content. And then we get to do really dope shit soon with actual gun builds.
Speaking of really dope shit, well, that's going to be fun too. But speaking of really dope shit we got coming up, what are we filming this week?
Nick, what are we filming this week?
Tiny guns. Yeah.
With who?
Corridor.
And
Grand Thumb.
and
Admin.
and
Scott.
Yeah.
Kentucky Ballistics,
And
King Trout.
dude, like this is. I'm so fucking stoked.
It's
This
like the
is
Avengers of fucking GunTube.
oh, dude, in a World War III, which the
World War III?
World War II.
Other one.
Do you know something we don't? We bringing them out here? Why?
that's why we have Nazi rock.
I'll start canceling my plans.
It's alternative universe where they listened to Patton and they kept going east.
Jesus.
Could you imagine something like pops off while all of them are down here and we just start a roaming bandit gang together?
And there's fan fiction. No, that's going to happen.
And the guys were together. Then they got lonely. It's like no.
This is chapter 1. Jesus Christ. There's 192 more pages.
Why is there so much cum?
The pages are sticky.
Dude, that one, that World War II Tiny Guns, though, and that universe that they have built, and then all the biggest names in the two-way space is joining together for acting, which a lot of I think this is. Trying to think if any of you guys been on like sets.
Nope, I can't act.
You've been on a set with. Well, I don't know Mr. Beast on how much work he put into that.
It's a set for sure, but it's not like acting, really. It's kind of like more of just a higher production value version of what we all kind of do. But you run that Vet TV show.
Yeah, I was on that TV show. I was one of the main guys on there. And then Hang the Witch. That was a
that was a set.
Yeah.
And the Hang the Witch video.
Yeah,
That was
Brandon
fun.
was on Hang the Witch. Yeah, we've done a little bit of acting.
Yeah.
Oh, Home Alone.
Yeah, Home Alone skit. That was a good one.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited. And then this is your first time being.
Yeah, I can't act. It'll be fine. I'll be me, or I just won't do a good job. It'll be fine. One of the two.
That's literally how.
Yell and kill Nazis.
Yeah, I mean.
So.
Well, what do I have to act as? An angry NCO from World War II? Got it. Okay. Fucking. Do I want an M1 Grand or a Thompson? That's really the only hard question.
And we got them all.
That's
coming.
not hard. I want an M1.
Fucking stoked for this.
It's pretty light, though, from what I hear.
Is it? The Elder Gat? It's fine.
tiny.
Yay long.
Yeah, no, it's perfect. The noisy cricket.
But we got the. I was sending you guys photos of how the set. Looks.
Oh, the set looks great.
And then the uniforms. Did you see the uniforms?
Yep, those look great too.
Thank you, Trout, for the set.
Appreciate
Trout
it.
built
Did
some
you guys-
amazing sets.
Did you guys see Rich obliterate the VFW on his YouTube channel
God,
for
yes.
45 minutes?
I haven't watched
the YouTube video.
Oh God, it's
I watched it the
not
other day.
great.
It's-
Yeah.
I was just watching the Twitter.
No.
Oh,
Speaking of
I
tone
just-
deaf.
I decided to stay out of that one for obvious
I
reasons,
didn't.
but I know. I've been watching.
Can we talk about it, Brandon?
I do.
Oh yeah. By the way, we all went to war with the VFW.
They all went to war.
Brandon did not go to war with the VFW.
Brandon is war.
Although, yeah, you just don't fuck with our friends, especially veteran with a sign. Zach is like one of the best of us.
The nicest one of any of us.
He's too pure for this world. And that's the one you pick a fight with? All right, maybe I am getting involved. Fuck.
Well, it's not even like, hey, instead of let's privately message this dude first, get a like conversation going, a little comms.
No.
And you're like, no, I'm just gonna publicly attack him right out the gate.
Well,
the dude that has all the friends in the veteran community.
Nick, do you want to give like a basic rundown of what's happening for those of you who weren't paying attention?
Sure. So Zach, veteran with a sign, is working with a company called, I think it's Remedical. There's a bunch of different companies. Basically, they help veterans apply to get their VA disability benefits. You shouldn't have to pay to get your VA disability benefits, but that's the way the system works. Zach went through a company similar to them, and they helped him get all of his benefits in like a couple months. And prior to that, he'd been trying to go through the free outlets for like 5 years. So he's like,
Instead of fighting the government
right.
yourself.
His story of like why he did it. He's like, I think he said he paid like $1,500 and got it done in a couple months, but he missed out on like 5 years of full whatever his disability rating is because he couldn't get it. So he's like, he would have way rather just paid that money up front the first time and got it all.
It's kind of like getting upset at TurboTax because well, nobody should have to pay an
Exactly.
organization to file your taxes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree with that, but that's
Also, we have reality and real
Government
problems.
sucks at stuff.
Anyways,
What?
The VFW has been launching ad campaigns to basically attack, calling all of these companies sharks, and I'm sure there are some that are shitty and scam people, but there's probably some good ones too. And they want all of them shut down. And now the VFW is backing a piece of legislation called the GUARD Act. And that basically makes it illegal to charge to help file VA claims.
Which sounds good until you realize the ramifications of that.
Yeah. It sounds great if you don't think about it.
Yeah. It's like, wow. They're like, wow, nobody will take advantage of veterans. The actual result of that is,
Except
wow,
for us.
Wow, that means that less veterans will get their benefits.
If you don't know how the VA works, I will let you know. Like I use military order, the Purple Heart, and then there's like 50 that you can use that are free that do try to help. But if you just go to the VA without a representation, they will fuck you so fast because they're gonna be like, oh hey, drop a pin, you go to pick it up to be nice, so like your back's fine.
Yeah.
That is literally how that works. So when you go into those doctor's office, they're just trying to prove without you knowing that you are A-okay. So PTSD and a lot of stuff, or you just have to lie over the top. I've told you,
The part that cracks me up is just kind of like, okay, the U.S. government owes you money because they broke you. And now there's companies out there that, you know, some of which are potentially doing a good job at helping game the system to get you the money you're supposed to get. And now the government's like, quick, make that shit illegal. They're making us do our fucking job. Abolish it. I hate it.
And I like the comparison that you made, though, where you were saying it's basically like an attorney.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, yeah, well, you have a right to an attorney. That's a constitutional right. That is, you know, it's literally in the Constitution that, yes, you have a right to legal representation in a court of law. But that's like making it illegal to buy your own attorney. It's like, oh, yeah, no, if you're just stuck with the Russian roulette of a public defender every fucking time, that's not always the best for you.
Yeah.
It's actually rarely the best for you.
especially in the world of the VA. I don't know if any of you've dealt with them. For reference, I have, God damn it, old people. I get the old people thing here soon. I have a colonoscopy on the 20th. Can't wait for that thing. So, yeah. Down, I get one up the butt, one down the throat. I'm
Brazzers logo at the bottom while he's saying that.
Dude, the doctor, I don't think the doctor was used to just the level of just transparency. She's like, so, how often do you have bowel movements? I was like 4 to 7 times a day. Like, oh. Like, what is the consistency? Like, all over the place. Like, it's going to explode or solid.
You ever seen a paint cannon?
She's like, wow, you are just very transparent on this. I was like, yeah, don't give a shit.
Stomp on a ketchup packet. That's what we're working with.
So she was like, well, colonoscopy, you'll be out, so don't worry. And then we'll have one and check your stomach, your throat and your stomach lining too. I was like, at the same time? And she's like, what? No, not like that. I was like, do I get paid at least? She's like, what? Just watching
You're just like the last guy.
It was just and done. But and then I have for reference on how this works because we have a veteran speaking engagement that day. So I'm going to fucking DP'd and then speak for Brandon to veterans. And I was like, oh, I'll just ask if I can move the appointment a day or two.
No.
They're like, oh, yeah, you can move it. The next available was September.
It was something crazy
Next
like that.
year.
Yeah.
It was September. They were like, okay, we can get you in September. Does that work? I'm like,
We can get you another appointment testing it about the time it would take for colon cancer to kill you.
As I was like, well, never mind. I'll keep that one, Brandon. I'm going to play that one by ear but see how I feel the day when I have to talk to veterans.
We'll get Tramadol, Eli.
Yeah. Hey, guys. I just fall asleep.
Where's Eli? He's in the green room listening to the Grateful Dead.
He just will me out. He's retarded.
Am I speaking at that?
Last time we talked, you said you wanted to.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Cody,
were you drunk when you agreed to that?
Yes. Yes, I was drunk when I agreed to that.
Would you like to?
I will do it. I don't know. What is it for? I know you said veterans.
It's a political rally for mine. I'm talking about Eli is just, he's a friend, he's got a little bit of expertise there.
You just jump up there and be like, I do this with police things and I support Brendan.
And you're a veteran, Cody.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Forgot about that part.
Were you drunk in the military too, Cody? It's like, I'm a veteran?
You're like, wait,
Hold on. Wait.
It's all coming back to me.
Oh, shit, I have a kid? Fuck.
Cody starts loading a gun. It's like, no.
I just want to be an honorary veteran.
Jesus Christ.
Cody wakes up every day, looks at his phone. John's there. He's like, "Who is this?
Fuck is this? Who's this fucking kid?
Walks downstairs. He's like, "Hey, Dad." He's like, "Ah,
You're like,
who are you?"
you're like fucking 50 first dates. You have a VHS you got to pop in every fucking morning.
This alcoholic causes it to reset each day.
New offenders power.
You want me to? Can I fuck with you right now?
Of course.
I saw a meme where like it was something I didn't understand the reference. It was like somebody looking like weird at a lamp. And I was like, I don't understand this meme. And then somebody linked it.
Oh,
And
it's
like,
the Reddit
it's
story.
about this creepy pasta, whatever. You know the lamp story, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, man, I bet Cody's going to do that. Somewhere, like 23-year-old Cody's just sitting on his front porch with his hands in his palms, pissed off at John for breaking his TV. And then he's going to, that's where he's going to wake up from right now.
Oh, God.
Oh, fuck. I would just fucking.
Poor John. He's 3.
You know that. You know that story, right? The lamp story.
I don't know.
Wait, the lamp story.
Yeah, so
It's
like
wild.
this dude, he's got kids and he's got a wife and he's just in he's in his living room one day and his lamp looks weird, and he gets obsessed with his lamp and he just keeps looking at it and looking.
We've
at
all
it.
been there.
And like it's distorted and it gets fucking weird, and then suddenly he wakes up and he's back in college. He's like 21 years old. And he had just gotten knocked out by some football player in a bar fight. But he had lived like 12 years and had children and like had a career. And the lamp like kind of knocked him out of his little, I don't know, out of his little
Alternate
trauma.
reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although,
And then he had to go through therapy because he had PTSD from missing his
family.
children. Yeah, and missing
That
his
he never
wife.
had.
oh, fuck. Although, really good opportunity to start looking into Bitcoin.
Yeah, right.
Assume that happened in that.
Yeah, that would be the mother. You get to like 2012, they're still like, what the fuck is a Bitcoin?
No!
Also, by the way, September 11th, something really uncool happens.
Cody's out there with a net just trying to catch an acorn from landing on the car.
No.
Cody gets shot.
What are you doing? Don't worry about it.
He was sticking very aggressive.
I just thought about that. What do Captain America and Cody have in common?
They're racist.
They both could have. All right, that's a better punchline. I get it. They both could have prevented 9/11 and chose not to.
That is one of the most wild statistics about you.
Oh yeah,
If only I'd been born a couple years earlier.
yeah.
You have
The $3 trillion box cutter.
All alone? Now time to trim the old pubes.
Hey there, beach babe. Are you ready to soak up those summer vibes and get the perfect beach bod?
I don't have pants on.
Yeah, I noticed. Well, you're in luck, because our friends over at MANSCAPED.com have you covered from head to toe. With the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, they'll have you looking and feeling good this summer. Trust Manscaped to unlock the confidence you need to turn heads this summer season. Join the 10 million men who already trust Manscaped and use discount code UNSUB at checkout to get 20% off your order plus free shipping. Let's make this summer your smoothest one yet.
Keep your ear and nose as tiny as your hedges. With the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose head trimmer, you'll be looking classy as ever.
The updated Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra groin and body hair trimmer got a summer makeover. It's waterproof now for all those times you need to shave your groin or body hair at a pool party.
So get 20% off plus free shipping using code UNSUB at manscaped.com. The summer sun is here to stay, so trust Manscaped to keep those pubes at bay.
What do you? What videos are you working on, Mr. Cody?
Bro, I ain't done shit in like 2 weeks. I need to, man. I've been working on like buying a house and just been busy.
Which congratulations, our boy grew up today, bought a house.
I bought a house. So yeah, just going through that, man, and just finding police stories. We just had that one. I don't even know if I want to talk about it.
I wasn't going to bring it up, but if you're going to bring it up.
No, I'll bring it up. That Air Force kid just got shot. And I'm getting hate online for not talking about it quick enough.
Which is insane. You're like, guys, you also have to, like, everyone has lives, and it is also, you have to just cover down. Cody does due process, and like associates, you go and call everything, don't you, when you do your videos?
Yeah, all like bad shootings, good shootings, like Yeah, I call
No,
them all
fuck
out.
you.
Are you waiting
Fuck you,
till
you
all the
need to-
facts come out? You piece of shit.
Yeah, I know.
Define
I want an
bad
emotional
and good
response now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I need just I want chaos with no law or no facts behind it.
Yeah, dance monkey dance. I'm like, dude, I have life. I have life things to do.
That one's not. That's gonna be a fun one.
Yeah,
I was
that's
just like
not
Godspeed. I would never do your content.
We were all hanging out the other night, and I remember coming across that video in my Twitter, and I'm like, I'm gonna choose actively not to show Cody this yet.
No, I seen it, man.
Well, I also had that same thought, and then I found out it was the same sheriff's department as the Acorn, and I messaged them.
I didn't
Wait,
know
no, yeah,
that
no,
one.
that's
Are
the
you fucking
same
kidding
sheriff's
me?
department. And I was like, man, imagine being that sheriff.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Wait,
dude,
are
I
you
didn't
kidding?
even know
No.
that.
I mean,
You're
that's
100%
correct, right?
I don't know.
I'm almost
Can we
positive it's
Google
the
that
same
before we
sheriff's
shit on that?
department.
Because oh my god, if that's hold on.
What the f is
Take
in
a
the
breather.
water?
Dude, if that's your fucking department,
Aren't they both in
you
Florida?
need to just fire everyone, starting from the top up, and then get rid of everyone going downwards.
Or at least train them slightly
But that's the problem.
better.
Like you have to fire the top. If
Number
you,
one, man in the back of deputy's car in
Oaks Palooza or something like that.
Okaloosa County Acorn cop shooting.
Florida.
And then this is quote unquote airman.
Oh yeah, if I search Acorn Sheriff shooting, it shows the Air Force shooting.
Oh, really?
It shows
Oh,
his
no.
family. Like
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's the same
I
sheriff's
think
office.
it might be this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Imagine if it was the
Wait, did
same
we just
guy.
confirm? So
Yeah, no, it's the same one.
fire everyone at the fucking top. You are the issue. If your leadership fucking sucks that much where you don't know how to train. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no, we really need to defund the police because that is really what's going to help train law enforcement better.
Yeah. Take their money away. It'll be fine. Oh, look what we're getting now that we defunded the police the past couple years.
Hate it.
You mean when you take their money away, the quality of training goes down? Who'd have fucking thought?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Introducing ACV. No.
You bag.
Speaking of yeah, never mind. I'm not even gonna do it.
Hey, dude, you don't have to worry about it ending up on a mailer. I don't know what the you're talking about.
I don't see how it's.
That's why I like my job with history, where it's like this is pretty set in stone, and then I still get blown away when people tell me I'm wrong about
Everything.
Well, in the Rich video and the rant, if you actually paused and read the screen, Flux like, quick, send me a stupid comment you've gotten recently. I was like, oh, I know just the one. Somebody commented on one of my videos, America unequivocally lost World War II, you soulless pile of tattoos. I was like, what is happening right now?
Under what metric?
None. They're just retarded.
There was one on when we
Congratulations on being the first this episode to use the pass.
Good. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Just we need a pass counter. It's like ding. It's like this uppercuts on a Toasty from Mortal Kombat just pops up at the bottom.
Ding, 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 ding. Just speed bagging the R pass.
Retard just bouncing back and forth.
Oh god.
The what was the one? World War II. Someone commented on the one we did about the bombs not working. They're like, those didn't win those didn't cause the war to end. I was like, literally
You're gonna
3
fucking
weeks
trigger
later. Literally 3 weeks later.
I'm
war
so
ended.
fucking sick of this stupid fucking communist sympathizer talking point. Okay, here's the fucking series of events. America dropped leaflets, said, hey, we're going to unleash a weapon the likes of which you've never seen. How effective those packets were is debatable. Whatever. The pamphlets got dropped. You can see them in fucking museums. They got warned. They said, we don't care. They dropped the bomb. The emperor said, oh shit. And then they did nothing. At this point, the USSR attacked Manchuria. And then still nothing happened. America bombed them again, at which point the emperor, in a statement to the Japanese people, said, we're surrendering because of the atomic bombs. He listed them specifically. 4 days later, he said to his military, we need to surrender because of the atomic bombs. And also, now the USSR is piling on and they've also attacked Manchuria. And these fucking communist sympathizers jump onto it and be like, nope, they only surrendered because of the USSR. It had nothing to do with the atomic bombs. And it's the dumbest fucking talking point I've ever heard in my entire life.
Pretty sure them bombs worked pretty well.
Yeah.
They work decently.
I mean,
that part is the one part that's not really debatable.
So what people they fail to realize. So what they bitch about, or they're like, well, no, that's not true. Is there was the insurgency or the coup that was trying to happen in Japan to overthrow the emperor and make it where he wasn't said. And the emperor is the one that came out. I was like, hey, yeah, we fucking surrender, because the other people didn't want to surrender at that time. That's the arguing point.
Well, the talking point is like, well, you know, just because the dude in charge of the entire country that was literally the son of the sun god, which is the sun god is like the sun, because they had what is it?
Koku.
Shintoism during World War II. And so, like, literally, he's a god emperor, and he's like, no, we're surrendering. And they're like, cool. Well, some of his generals didn't want to. And the only reason the generals didn't want to is because the emperor is like, dude, they just dropped a new bomb. It's really bad. And the dudes that weren't there to see it, because they're off fighting in Manchuria and China, and they're like, cool, you've been getting firebombed for the last 6 months. Innocent civilians are dying. They didn't give a shit. So they're like, we don't want to surrender. And the emperor's like, too bad, fucking surrender. So the communist talking point is like, well, some of the generals might not have surrendered. So therefore, they only surrendered because of the USSR, which is the dumbest talking point on the planet.
Meanwhile, their actual leadership is looking at them like, dude, they just in 2 bombs turned 250,000 people into wall shadows.
Right.
This is an issue.
Yeah.
Also, thank you, Brandon. There is only 250,000 people died to 320,000 died during the 2 nukes. People,
God,
it's not
you know
fucking
those numbers
millions.
off the top of your
Shut
head.
the fuck up.
People
Shut
say
the
millions?
Fuck. Yeah, that is one of the.
Yes.
They like
What?
the nuke killed
Yes.
millions of people.
Yes.
They
Where?
compare it to the Holocaust. Y'all fucking retarded. Pass. You haven't seen that?
No, I have never
Yeah,
fucking
people
heard that in my
like-
life.
Oh, dude, it's horrible. The amount of people that
That's
have
easily
that have-
Googleable.
They don't care. As soon as you tell them that, every f***ing time, any amount of civilians killed is too many, and it's inexcusable. It's like, oh,
You're gonna
okay,
hate the history of warfare.
of humanity. Like you have a child's view of fucking reality. Sorry
Do
about
you
it.
want to talk about the USSR and civilians? Like,
What do you want to talk about?
Japan and civilians and what they did.
there's
You
that
guys are
whole
You guys are
thing.
trying to piss me off.
What happened in Nanking?
The dancing of Nanking.
Yeah.
Starts with an R and it's not
They
retard.
still don't admit that shit.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, it's one of the biggest things. They will not. So
Is it because there's like no photos?
Huh?
Is
no,
it
there's
because-
photos. Oh, there's
Well,
photos.
isn't there like very few though? I couldn't remember.
No, Japan just won't teach it in their own school.
Yeah, and they also
Yeah.
kind of low-handed play the fucking victim, and a bunch of communist American historians help them out in doing it.
I know I heard somewhere like either they're repressed or something, but they don't circulate the photos of it because they considered like Western
Oh, yeah,
propaganda
of course
or
they all
something.
they all hide their shit.
That's what. So winners, yeah, losers.
Which
Well, that's
oh
why we-
Jesus Christ, I'm gonna punch you. Do not bring the winners history thing. I can't stand it. I can't stand any time I bring up sources and people are like, oh, well, you need to read the fucking Russian textbooks or you need to read the Japanese textbooks because you're just reading the American version and winners write their own history, blah, 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 blah. Winners do write their own history, okay? Who won World War II? Let me oversimplify all of it for you, okay? World War II is just a clash of ideologies, okay? So you have communism versus fascism versus capitalism, okay? Far left, communism. Far right, fascism. In the middle
Don't fucking
is
point
fucking
to me when you
capitalism.
say that.
Far right.
Shave that mustache a little smaller.
With friends like these, I
Why
fucking
did you
come
say
to
to my
my
right?
issue.
So anyways, it's just fascism versus communism versus capitalism, right? You fucking threw me off. Oh, so on both ends, they abolish the opinion. Like they just delete whatever they don't want. So like Nazis are famous for burning books. Okay. It's illegal in Russia right now as of 2017 to even talk about the Ribbentrop-Molotov Pact. Right, which is, if you don't know, that was the pact that the USSR had with the Nazis, where they weren't going to fight each other during World War II, and they were each going to take over their own chunk of the world and be fucking allies. Because the USSR,
Poland still remembers that one.
yeah,
though.
Poland does, you know, because when did World War II start? Like September 1st, 1939, when the Nazis invaded Poland. Right, remember that? And you remember 2 weeks later, during September 17th, 1939, when the USSR also invaded Poland. Yeah, you don't remember that because they don't teach that part in school because the USSR is 100% just as guilty for starting World War II as Germany is. But you know why you don't know that? Because it's illegal to talk about in places like the Eastern Bloc European countries. It's literally fucking illegal to talk about that, okay? Because they abolish the history they don't like. That's the far left. Far right, they're burning fucking books. Capitalism in the middle. Guess what we talk about? Whatever the fuck makes money, homie. Anybody that's got a shitty opinion, you can publish a book. Okay, you know the whole stupid fucking like, oh, a German tank is worth 5 American Sherman tanks, but the problem is there's always 6 American tanks. Yeah, that's bullshit. That's not true. 5 Sherman tanks would fuck up any German tank on the battlefield, period.
But I've seen Fury.
Right, yeah, exactly. The reason that you think that, though, is because there's a fuck ton. All the Nazi high-ranking officers that weren't convicted of war crimes and killed, they all went and wrote memoirs and got them published.
So they were the original SEALs.
And made money.
Well, that's in the mailing.
Congressional candidate.
SEAls are Nazis.
Now I gotta, no, dude. Now I gotta like go find my SEAL buddies. Like, all right, it was funny, yeah.
But no, like you don't get to be like, oh, you guys only publish what makes you look good while we're.
This is why they want me to quit the podcast.
Yeah, 100%.
It's fine.
Sorry.
While we're also publishing all the memoirs of enemy soldiers after the fact where they glorify themselves. Like, it doesn't even make any, like, that argument holds zero fucking water. There's no winner's history in capitalism because capitalism just cares about making money and will feed you whatever line of bullshit that makes you buy books. And that's why you guys believe a bunch of fucking stupid shit.
Dude, we raised $110,000 for autism.
And my autism hates communism.
Dude, that's what I love. I can tell this keeps you up at night. I was like, man, mine is like editing or cameras, and then I just picture you in the middle of the night like...
It's the fucking meme of like the girl rolled over, like he's thinking about other women. You're like, oh, did I ever tell you about the time?
Bro, I'll legitimately like be laying down in bed ready to go to sleep, and I'll just read a comment, and it's just some stupid pro-communist shit, and I'll be up for the next 3 hours, just angry, arguing with myself, like just. Arguing against the intelligent communist that lives in my head, trying to come up with good counter arguments just so I can beat them.
And then you go and look at research.
Dude, it's horrible. Oh my God, it's awful.
It's true, dude. I can tell by
I'm
your eyes.
1,000 miles ahead of you. I've had this debate in my head 50 fucking times. You're not winning.
I've debated a smarter man. Me.
Legit.
Oh, Hannah's just walking in.
Bro,
anything you
talk
do.
to my wife. She's like, what's wrong? I'm just walking around the house pacing, talking to myself. Just angry. So mad.
Like, this is the shit I've said to myself. What do you think I'll say to you? I don't even like you.
Just drawing it out.
That's
Charlie Day boy.
That's not real communism. Did I tell you I figured out the perfect fucking analogy for that's not real communism, by the way? Okay, so like, that's not real communism, right? Hear me out. Imagine we were baking.
Brandon needs another drink real quick.
Here's the logic that goes into that's not real communism, because every fucking time they're like, no, those guys ruined it. We should keep trying. Okay, imagine we're going to bake a cake, Cody, me and you. I got this recipe, right? It was this recipe, according to the recipe, is going to cure everything. People are just going to be perfect people. Everybody's going to be happy. We're all going to jerk each other off and sing Kumbaya. It's going to be fantastic.
So you have
okay?
Zins.
Huh? Maybe. I should. Where are Zins? Anyways.
The one thing I forgot.
Do you want some Zins?
Yeah, kind of. So we got this cake, right? We're baking this cake.
I should have known better.
And I know what you're thinking. You're like...
Passenger seat? Yes, sir. Thank you, dude.
You're the best.
You're like, what is the recipe for this cake? How do you know this? Surely whoever came up with this recipe must be the best baker of all time. Well, that's where you're wrong. Homie never baked a cake ever, okay? His name was Carl. He wrote this book. We'll call it the Cake Baker's Manifesto, okay? Never baked a cake in his fucking life, okay? But he spent his entire life theorizing how to bake cakes and bitching about the current state of cake baking in the world, okay? And he came up with this perfect plan, and I believe in it. So tonight, we're going to go to Eli's house. We're going to bake this cake, okay? I'm going to pull out the cake pan. I'm going to take a shit in it because that's what the recipe says to do. We're going to stick it in the oven at 450. We're going to pull it out. We're going to eat it. Guess what? It's going to taste like shit. Now,
I'm uncomfortable with German baking analogies.
no, it's fine.
Okay.
Naturally, this cake tastes like shit. And you know what? It's Eli's fault because Eli's oven f***ed up my cake. So we're going to burn Eli's house to the ground, and then we're going to kill Eli. Then we're going to go to Cody's house. Then We're going to bake the cake at Cody's house exactly how I just tried it at Eli's house. Guess what happens? It tastes like shit. No. Naturally, it's Cody's oven's fault. Clearly. So we're going to burn Cody's house down and kill Cody. Okay. Then we're going to go to Brandon's house. Brandon's going to be like,
Brandon is nervously sweating.
Nick, maybe, just maybe.
What happened
It's
to Cody?
the recipe and not everybody's oven. At which point I'm going to inform Brandon that you're uneducated and that you should read a book and go to college, because if you did, you would know that this recipe was going to work perfectly, even though it never fucking has ever in the history of mankind.
Nick, it's good to see you again. Why isn't Cody answering my calls?
And Brandon's like, Nick, it hurts.
And it is the number one.
Squeezing.
It is the number one best-selling cake baker's manual.
Yeah,
amongst college students. Yeah.
God, you love communism. I'm glad this is what keeps you up at night, but dear God, are you so motivated from it?
And you know, I got somebody had a comment, and they're like, "Well, how come you never bitch about fascism this much?" And I go, just to be clear, I hate fascism just as much as I hate communism. I just hate, or I like, you see my hatred for communism a little bit more, because I've never once in my entire life heard a stupid fucking college kid be like, "That wasn't real fascism. We should fucking try it again." Dude, you fucking morons.
That's
Jesus Christ.
That's the thing I bring up, because like in my entire life, I'm dead serious. I don't think I have ever had a conversation with an actual neo-Nazi. Like with an actual fascist. Think of that. Like
And if I did, guess what? I'd call him a dickhead and tell him to get fucked.
Yeah.
I would love to see Nick at one of these Antifa type things. It's like, he hates communism. Go hit him. Go do it.
Yeah, go do it. Beat up the fucking that dude, the last guy in fight.
I hate it.
I was just thinking about that when you came up, or when you were coming up with that analogy. I'm like, man, two of some of the worst political philosophies of the 20th century both came out of Germany.
Thanks a lot, German.
I know. I just actually myself. I know 19th century technically on Karl Marx, but
Potato. Whatever. He died in the UK. You know, we could get into that too.
Did he really?
Yeah, of course. He's buried in the UK in a private cemetery. You have to pay money to go see his.
Oh my God, that's
irony
awesome.
of that.
Yeah.
I forgot.
That's actually true.
Yeah.
You have to pay to go see his
He
grave.
got kicked out of his own country because nobody wanted to hear his bull. So he fled to the only place tolerant enough to hear him out.
Well,
London, the birthplace of capitalism.
Well, they kicked out one of two.
That's actually a true story. I forgot about that. You have to pay to go see Karl Marx's fucking
Isn't
grave.
that fucking hilarious?
If you don't see an issue with that right there.
I just want to say, I just insult to injury. Like, I want it to be like a 25-cent just like coin slot. Like it's a shitty ride outside of Food Line.
You get right. It's like one of those little roller coasters, gravity coaster. And Karl Marx. And that's it. There's next person.
Animatronic kids, and they're like, "We're all starving."
Yeah. They don't put anything on the animatronic skeletons.
It's terrifying, mother. That's communism.
Just stick figures.
Have you seen the fucking little video of who's the dictator of North Korea? Kim Jong-un. Kim Jong-un. His superhero power is turning everybody in the room he walks into a Wii character from Wii Sports. And they're all just clapping and shit. And they play the Wii Sports music while he's like watching a game. It's so funny.
I would not say that.
I saw a picture of him shooting a gun today. Like they were saying it was like a new gun coming out of their weapons factory. It just looks like a bitch ass like AR-10, like just a random, generic thing. But it's all of his generals and everybody behind him doing that as the muzzle flash of the gun's going on. So you know that this entire time they are just fucking clapping.
Living the dream.
Did you get sent Pewview's video 10,000 times like everybody said they were gonna?
No.
I was talking shit about the AK-47, and there was like at least 100 comments being like, "Brandon's gonna be mad at you."
I love Pewview. I do. I haven't seen it yet. And nobody's
At the very end, like his closing scene is me and him loading mags in our carry guns before we go and shoot, and he's like, "So why'd you bring an AR, not an AK? It's clearly the superior platform." And I was like, "No, it's not. No, it's not." I go, "First of all, the AK-47 is just a knockoff M1 Grand, just like everything that comes out of communism."
Which, to be perfectly fair, something I've said multiple times.
I know.
I know. It's like guns are like words. There's etymology behind it every fucking time. It's like there's nothing new under the sun.
Because Kalashnikov took inspiration from the M1 Grand, and then what was the German gun? I thought it was
the STG-44.
Okay, that one.
But really, that
Sturmgewehr
came way later.
Really, that came way later. Sturmgewehr was assault rifle. Is the name? It's assault weapon. What does Sturmgewehr mean?
Storm rifle.
Storm rifle.
Assault rifle.
Yeah. Dope ass name, by the way.
But really, so what he took inspiration from on the STG-44 is really just one, the intermediate cartridge with detachable magazine, which had been done before, but the STG-44 is what popularized on it. Autism, sorry, it's kicking in.
Good.
But it's the manufacturing process of that, or instead of the difficult manufacturing process behind like the M1 Garand. That was like easy stamped receiver, stamped everything. They could really pump these motherfuckers out because, you're going to war with America clearly, and millions of them are going to be coming over, the line. So you need as many of these, new assault rifles as you could possibly get. So they wanted the cheaper stamp manufacturing capacity. Didn't really work out on the Type 1, so they went to the milled Type 2 and Type 3. And then in the mid-1950s, they finally perfected stamping to where they could actually do stamped receiver guns.
That's when the AK took hold, really.
Yeah, like the AKM.
And that's what Eminem was making in the factory in 8 Mile, the movie.
Correct.
Oh God. Okay, can I show you guys something real quick? You're talking about
So oddly specific, it can't not be funny. To this day, all I hear is up, down, AK-47s rolling off the line.
You know that old joke, real quick. You know that old joke, right, about the Soviet, the Russian guy who was making beds. He was in a bed factory. He was right into his sister. I believe it was, oh God, I think it was supposed to be like East and West Germany.
Alabama, they ride their sisters a little bit different.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
WR. But no, he's writing his sister basically like, hey, everything's good here, but I don't have a bed to sleep in, even though I work in a bed factory. Isn't that fucking weird?
Communism.
And she's like, well, why don't you just like one by one steal pieces of a bed?
Johnny Cash that shit. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, piece by piece.
It's 61, 62, 63, 64, 65.
Be able to build your own bed when you get home.
This joke.
I'll tell you in a minute.
It's a thing. Yeah. But yeah, why don't you just steal it piece by piece? That way, at the end of the the end of the year, you can have your own bed and you can finally sleep comfortably. He's like, sister, I've tried this over and over. But every time I try to assemble bed, I just have AK-47.
No, the joke is Johnny Cash has a song. It's lesser known, but it's my favorite Johnny Cash song. It's called One Piece at a Time. And the whole song is like telling the story of a dude that works in a Cadillac factory. And he could never afford the Cadillacs that he makes. So he steals a Cadillac one piece at a time by bringing it home in his lunchbox every day. And then when he goes to the DMV to have it like licensed, and the DMV worker's like, well, what kind of car is he? It's a Cadillac. What year? It's a 61, 62, 63, 60. Because it took like 30 years to get all the parts for the Cadillac.
Got a little awkward when it came time to steal the fenders. But
that's fucking great. Did not know that song existed.
Can I show you guys this picture real quick, just to go back to police training stuff?
Of course.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We just say no. Cody's story ends.
Did you just try to talk on your own podcast? We talked about this.
Real quick, Cody, what color are the silhouettes at your range? Never mind.
Yellow.
Wow. Is it fucking Bully Cody Day?
Sorry, I love you.
Cody just got attacked by everyone down the line.
At least I remembered your name, asshole.
Yeah. Oh, and I paid to him. You just
Fucking somebody.
I made it first year like chubby electron.
I will take my 6 million subs elsewhere, dude.
I've got 1 million now, so fuck you.
To be fair, I was trying to remember the name on that box that someone sent us to my PO box. Did you see that?
No.
Yeah, someone
Did
made
a PO box gift just almost break up the podcast?
No.
Yes. No, please look at this goddamn picture.
I saw that.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen it. I also saw that. And I was like, man, Cody's having a rough fucking week.
Because that was this week also.
Only law enforcement should know how to use guns.
Right. This is the first
We'll
time
get you
I've
this
seen
picture to put it up on the screen. Dude, it's terrible.
I have so many issues with even how that dude is. This dude very much like fucking what But look how low his hand is.
The funny thing
on
with
the fucking
not even so like when you're looking at what we're looking at, not the main dude that's clearly doing everything wrong, but the dude that's kind of doing shit wrong still has all 4 fingers and not the one finger like up on the receiver ready for the trigger.
Like he can't even hit his safety. He could not.
That's how Hannah was holding guns for the delete me ads, and I had to correct her, sweetheart, hold guns like this, otherwise the internet's gonna roast you. And this guy's out here in a real life situation.
My favorite part is the guy on top is putting he's resting it. His stable rest is an open trunk.
Homie's using it like he's a pirate with a fucking telescope, except that's not even a zoomed in lens. It's just a red dot.
It's not magnified at all.
I can't wrap my head around what he was thinking.
He's about to learn a lesson about height over bore too.
God, he's gonna die from type 2 diabetes.
He's also aiming up. He's going full anti-aircraft mode.
Look at that guy. That guy should not have any weapon system.
No, not at all. I mean, even if you show up to an intense situation like that, if you have the muscle memory, you're not going to grab your rifle like that. And literally, like, no one is holding their rifles right in an intense situation like that.
It's what is it?
We're gonna
Walter
send this.
Grimley.
Screenshot that and send that to me because holy fuck.
I've got diabetes.
Come on,
it does look like Walter Grimley.
Dude, the amount of PTSD I would have running up to a fucking situation where I have to deploy my rifle and I'm like, cool, fucking boom. Okay. I look over to my left and right and see all that. I'm like, I'm gonna die today. I'm
getting murdered.
Dead.
And it might be my partner.
It's those. Have you guys watched the construction videos where it's that perspective of like the foreman? He's looking.
Yeah, sure have.
And it's just showing like people fucking up. That's that situation when you look over and it's like, oh, sorry, not holding him by the mag.
Now, just imagine if he pulled the trigger and that gun, the AR-15 has very manageable recoil. If you have it tucked in your shoulder properly, you can keep it right on topic. But like, boom, shoom. Thing's gonna fall right off that fucking trunk.
I don't see why even join the police force if you.
I still think cops should do jujitsu.
Yes, yeah, 100%. Oh, yeah.
You know, I've been preaching that. I've been preaching that for years
so like
now.
I have 4. They're different departments, like they're sheriffs and my local PD and state patrol. But I have 4 law enforcement officers that go to my gym, and like just hearing them talk about how much lower stress they are all the time, just from doing they're blue belts now. I mean, they're really good blue belts. They're tough fucking dudes. But like him telling the story of being like, he'd have a fucking panic attack if he ever like at a bar and there's like 3 people and he needed to grapple somebody. And he's like, dude, now when I go to grapple people, it's like, as soon as I grab somebody, it's like, oh, this person literally knows fucking nothing. He's like, my first thought whenever I go hands on with somebody now is like, this guy's way shittier than the coaches at the gym. And he just folds them up and it's never an issue.
Yeah, dude.
You should absolutely know how to do that. It's a superpower. It's the cheapest one, actually.
Learning jiu-jitsu and stand-up fighting.
And there's no offset.
Wow. Because like you guys know when you jiu-jitsu, when you wrap somebody up, you know immediately if they know what they're doing. Same for fighting, stand-up fighting. You know immediately if they know what they're doing. I can watch somebody walk towards me and I'm like, oh, okay, this is gonna be real easy.
After training with you for a couple months, like my confidence in being able to beat someone's fucking ass in a bar fight has gone so higher.
You're like, hey, now I'm not worried. But you also, like the gentleman when we were flying home from that one event, was a friend. I was like, he recognized Brandon, no idea who I was. I was like, Brandon, that's the dude that will beat your ass. He had like cauliflower ear.
That guy. I thought different guy. I thought you were talking about the I know 9 ways to skin a man.
Skin a man alive, cut him from stem to stern.
Yeah. Oh, but no, the cauliflower ear dude.
And I was like, Brandon, you can tell by his ears you don't with that dude. He looked at me, he's like, Eli. I was like, oh, hey, what's up, man? But he was just cauliflowered and just wearing like fighting gear. I was like, yeah, that's the one dude you do not with in the airport.
Yeah, that guy's scary.
Somebody was on Rogan. This was like years ago. Like, I don't even think Rogan was that big at the time, but I was listening to it. And they came on, and this guy was like a purple belt. And he had this crazy story about how him and some random dude like got in a fight on the side of the highway. Like, they had road rage, and the car pulled over and got out, and he pulled over and got out. And they had like a fucking high-level grappling match on the side of the highway for like 5 minutes. And then like eventually they were just both tired and they're like, and then got in their cars and drove off. And nobody like actually got hurt. So fucking funny.
I can
Kind of like respect.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like,
those guys, they went like this. Oh shit!
Wait.
No, yeah, they just tapped each other like this and drove on.
What gym you go to?
Yeah.
They become fucking best friends.
this is how
You're countering fucking jokes and they're like, shit, he's good.
Milan.
Oh, shit, he must have drank.
No, it's fine. This is how men make friends. It's okay.
What the fuck? Cody, you earned how much police training did you do for?
Like how much police training did I do?
No, for we did grappling. You did a little bit of grappling.
Yeah, I mean, I did personally, but police training, like a lot of it is the lamest shit ever, dude.
The same for
A
military.
lot of it's super ineffective too.
Yeah, it's so ineffective, man.
Pain
And so-
compliance doesn't work on a grown ass man that doesn't give a fuck.
Especially when high on fentanyl.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Crazy.
Let's do a pain compliance
Hit his-
maneuver on somebody who's on a painkiller.
Yeah,
Pressure point.
that shit don't
That's
work.
that's it. That's what they teach you. It's like pressure points and like you can do a takedown like this, and it's like, what do I do after that shit?
One of the 4 law enforcement officers that trains at our gym, he's like really pushing his department to like come here. Like we'll give him a deal on training. Like, yeah, whatever you guys want, we'll come. We'll do your whole department, whatever you want. We'll give you all the training we want as cheap as we possibly can. And like the head dude came just to try it out, and this dude was deadlifting like 600 pounds. He was fucking huge. And they're like, cool. There's 2 coaches at my gym right now. It's me and another purple belt named Calvin. I'm 250 pounds. Like I look like I might kind of be scary if you don't know anything, right?
Nick's the only one. I'm like, I'm gonna stay up top as much as possible to fight Nick. I am 100% not taking it to the ground. With
Right,
you. Like,
but like, so that's me. The other coach, Calvin, like literally one of my best friends for a long time. I beat the shit out of this dude every day for years, and now he's better at jiu-jitsu than I am, and he's 150 pounds, and he looks like fucking Pee Wee Herman. He is the nerdiest looking white dude on the fucking planet. Actually, God, I don't know. I'm not trying to offend you. He reminds me a lot of Oompaville. If Oompaville was like secretly a fucking humongous badass on the ground. So whenever you come
Oompa's one of those guys who's got like a certain set of unique skills that I feel like I just don't know about. That like he might just be like a fucking purple belt and like have told nobody.
when you see him grab a gun, you're like, he knows what he's doing. He does, right? And like Oompa's and that level of autism he has, like this is what he does for fun. Probably the second that camera goes off.
Hey Caleb, we need to hack the Pentagon. All right. Like what the fuck? What?
How are you doing with a gun?
But like whenever you're like a big, like, you know, I wrestled in high school, or you're just a big, scary looking dude, you always have to roll with the coaches first. Like, I'm not going to let you go beat up some 45-year-old dude that's just trying to have a hobby, you know, like feel you out, see if you're okay. And
Control.
like they roll with me first typically. And like, whatever, you know, I do pretty good, typically speaking. And then it always turns into like,
Humble.
What do you weigh, bro? And it's like, oh, okay.
That's what's the
I weigh
determining
250.
factor.
Oh, I'm only 235, and it's like, oh, okay, I only beat you because I have 15 pounds on it, right? Well, meanwhile, I'm not sweating after a 10-minute round. Anyways, go roll with Calvin, and then Calvin, 150-pound dude, just obliterates this guy, and then it's just like, okay, then well, there goes the ego.
And then you point, how much do you weigh? Ask him now.
But yeah, the law enforcement guy, he rolled with Calvin, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna allocate some funding to come train here all the time now for everybody. So
As it should be, man. There should be mandatory jiu-jitsu like every morning for every police department.
it'd be awesome.
Because you know how many people would not get shot if they just knew a little bit of grappling, like if the cops just knew a little bit.
Well, it's like it's almost like the grappling itself is great, but even just exposing yourself to the situation of like another grown man trying to hurt you on a regular basis, you don't have that adrenaline dump where you're like a life or death situation all the time. And you're like, even if it is a life or death situation, you're like not freaking the fuck out, and you can actually think and do the right things. And they talk about how that's helped them a ton too. So that's kind of cool.
Sure, that confidence.
Comfortability in the ring. I mean, even putting on gloves for the first time. If you want stress, get in a ring. You're first like 30 times you're like, I'm sparring. Instantly your stress like
Right.
versus okay, I've done this fucking however many times. Zero stress going into any situation. You're like, but it makes the world of difference on even, I mean, heart rate. and breathe.
Learning how to fucking breathe.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut it short. I do have to run out of here.
Oh, you get out. We'll fucking keep
we'll keep running. Yeah,
we'll
sorry.
bring in King Trout. We'll be your
All right,
replacement.
so unfortunately, I have to go do politics things because I am running a very, very odd dual life right now. But I think I've got a surrogate, if I can use that word.
Not only a veteran, but also a congressman.
Oh,
Brandon,
whatever. Fuck off.
What a month for you. I'm just like, no big deal. I'm just going to invent a new gun and then win a congressional seat. Whatever. Guys, I got to go. I'm done with this podcast thing.
I'm running out of side quests.
We'll keep him going.
No, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you soon.
See you.
We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
See you at brunch.
Love you.
Bye, love you.
I came.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow is Grantham podcast in the evening, wrapped by probably 11 at the latest. Go to bed, not get drunk, and then get ready for filming Wednesday, because that's when true filming starts, 8 a.m. That's the one where I'm like,
8
boys,
a.m.?
yeah, 8:30, but everyone needs to be up at 7:30, get ready, prepped, and then 8. This is actually true filming.
Oh, fuck.
This is actual, like, scheduled.
We're going to be professionals.
You aren't allowed to be drunk at 10 o'clock
I can't just drag my ass into my basement and yell about communism for 25 minutes. Fuck
Today we're going
this.
to talk about...
Yeah, you were fired up, dude.
When?
Earlier.
We're going pee-pee.
Oh, just now?
Yeah, no,
I was
like you went
upset.
on like a 45-minute little rant.
I'm sorry, everybody. That's my bad.
I know they hate listening to you.
You
I gotta-
famously hate.
I
listening to
gotta
you
film a
rant.
video. Can I film? Is your studio ready? Can I use it to film a video?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I got to do a video on 442nd Infantry Regiment while I'm down here for my own channel.
Okay.
Yeah. Have I told you? Oh, I told you. I called you drunk and told you about my crazy conspiracy
could
theory
tell.
about Star Wars.
You're breathing
I called him too.
Yeah,
I called
we
both
talked
of
about
you.
it.
Drew, I was freaking out. And I was like, guys, I'm fucking onto something.
You were like, am I? Yeah. You're like, dude.
Oh, I was drunk.
I
I was
crazy?
drunk and on a treadmill when I called you. That explains.
Out of breath.
Yeah.
You're like, Star Wars, what is it based on? It's culturally. And I was like, samurai. And you're like, okay. All right, I'm not
Super
crazy.
drunk.
Order, what was it?
Which one? The Star Wars one or the real life one?
The Star Wars one.
Star
was
Wars one is
66.
order 66, but the order that FDR pushed down was EO Executive Order 9066.
Coincidence?
I
We'll
think
find
not.
out in the next Fat Electrician
Wait
video.
till I tie in Jar Jar Binks now. I've been looking hard. I can't find it.
Can't find a tie-in to World War II and Jar Jar Binks.
I will say the one old guy in charge doesn't fucking stand up very much in Star Wars. I don't know if you've done.
What did I just sit in?
Don't worry about it.
Also,
Miss Eleanor Roosevelt.
hi, welcome. Welcome, Mr. Trout.
Hi, how are you?
Love the new ads.
Oh, thanks. I've been working very hard with Mr. Eli Cuevas, haunting him, tormenting him, stalking him, and also been filming ads with him.
Yeah, we just sit in. I know, that's a side quest. Just walking in like, idea.
I saw one of the comments on the most recent Unsub, which is probably like 2 episodes behind from this one, but they had commented and they were like, it's like, Eli, I need to film an ad. King Trout, I got you. Yeah. That's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, but come here. You need to head to my house.
What are you doing in 20 minutes? Filming an ad.
And then it's me explaining why he needs to get to my face this close. Yeah. For a transition shot. I'm like, so you're going to roll over and I need you to grab me right here.
Yeah,
I was like, trust me, in the edit, it's going to look really good.
There's nothing weird about the fact that you're straddling me with your face literally this close to mine right now.
Him like, I was like, fuck, okay, hold on. Dude, it's so
As the hands on the table, the closest I've ever been to another man. So you got that going for you, I suppose. It was weird you were hard the whole time,
I know.
though, dude.
That's what I was told you. Just hold on.
Don't wear sweatpants to the next ad shoot.
Sav was like, what the fuck were you doing? I was like, watch. She was like,
She's a grown man going into the bathroom with her boyfriend, rolling around in bed.
Speaking of Savannah, I don't know why, but like a 6-month-old video of her channel popped up on my feed the other day, and it was you, and she made you look like you were 90, and it was something along the lines of like dating an older man. I was just laughing my ass off, and just a thumbnail for like 5 minutes because you looked old as shit.
I know it when you're talking.
I was like, I feel like it was a good thumbnail regardless, but it hit a lot harder if you actually know you.
She made me ancient. Oh yeah, she made me ancient on that fucking photo. I was like, yeah, it's perfect. She's like, is this good? I'm like, yes. You said it's perfect.
It's perfect.
It conveys everything in that
This man's
thing.
in his late 30s. Oh my God. Fucking great.
Almost 40.
Anyways, recycling.
No, I'm doing something different now.
What?
Yeah.
It's okay. I do that all the time. I do that all the time.
Wait, what's going on?
He was queuing me up. He said, did a little alley-oop, but
And you fucking knocked out your own teammates?
Yeah, that's not my slam dunk right now. Instead,
What's the topic?
Garage beers.
Oh yeah, talk about garage
When are we
beers.
doing that?
Oh, garage beers? I mean, fuck, tonight if
Right
you got
now,
time.
you want? I got I'm here.
As soon as we're
I
done
got
here.
no wife and kids here right now. I got all the
Amen,
time in
brother.
the world.
Hey, we just got to move your car.
Yeah, that's fine.
Garage beers, tune in. New episode soon. I will interview these wonderful men. You get to see them from my perspective, asking the hard-hitting questions, the questions everyone wants to know the answers to, not these softballs that are being pitched by Eli. He's not here, so I can shit talk.
You're gonna make this so fucking painfully awkward. I can feel it already.
That is the goal. I want to make you as uncomfortable as is physically possible.
It's not gonna happen.
I know. It's a battle of the wits. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, as soon as we move your car, throw a camera out in that garage, we'll get down to business.
It's fine.
My autism instantly kicked in when he pitched me that idea.
He's like, cameras will get hot. The cameras will get hot, though.
I was
bought
like, it's
another
gonna
one.
shut off.
I bought an identical 4Runner for Iowa. Identical.
You got
the
your
same
Iowa-
fucking
You got
one.
2 now?
I have 2 identical 4Runners. Bro, the new one came out. I'm like, I'm buying another one because the 4Runner's never going to be good again. Because the new 4Runner's got a 4-cylinder in it.
You don't have to justify buying 2, Nick.
I know I do though.
You're doing something right,
The stock
buddy.
prices are going to go up because the new 4Runner's got fucking 4 cylinders. 6 cylinders is shitty enough. They should have never got rid of the V8. I'm mad about it actually, but it's fine.
Go on.
Speaking of vehicles, I may have accidentally told Cody that you were going to LS swap his
Oh my God.
Why'd you
This
tell
is
him
going to
that?
piss the internet off.
It was
his
a secret.
Hilux.
No,
He
he doesn't
told me
care
that.
about that. He loves that idea.
No.
It's
And
what
then-
else you're going to do.
And then you told me you
The
were going to
transmission.
put an automatic transmission in it.
Yeah.
Oh, now I hate you.
Why?
Why the fuck would you put an automatic transmission in a Hilux?
Why wouldn't you?
Fight.
Chick-fil-A's going to hate you next.
Fight.
I would rather
Chick-fil-A
not.
hates Nick all of a sudden.
The fucking. I love how you just. You just came up with a way to call me gay with like 4 steps of logic. I just got inceptioned.
Have we
I'm
been,
like, yeah, just dream.
That was 4 insults inside of an insult.
dude, have we even talked about the Hilux yet?
No, I think Nick was keeping it a secret, is what he was implying.
Oh, okay.
You can talk about
You know who's going to help me, right? Kevin.
Oh, no shit.
Mr. Junkyard Diggs, yeah.
That's awesome.
That dude
Yeah.
is insane.
So I'm giving my Hilux to Nick, and he's gonna
LS swap.
LS swap it. Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
gonna be hilarious.
the manual.
Yeah. No. He's removing the manual transmission. Yeah.
But manual, right?
No. I'm going automatic. I'm sorry.
Why?
Huh? Why not?
I have a million reasons.
Oh, God.
What is it right now?
It's manual. It also has like 7 horsepower.
That's true. Dude, bro, it's got a fucking like lawnmower engine in it.
It's got 3.5 cylinders, 7 horsepower. Like,
You gotta do the pull cord on it to get it cranked up. Like, it really is trash, dude. It's it's an 81 Hilux for those of you that don't know. I bought it from Demolition Ranch a couple years ago. But it's been sitting at Matt Best's property for I think a year
so
now.
I dug into it because I like said, because I think I told the internet in like Rich's live stream or something that I was going to do this. They're like, it's actually not a Hilux. It's just a Toyota.
Toyota
It's
pickup.
literally just called the Toyota because there was like that's why that car is like so expensive and so rare because of the whole chicken tax bullshit. There was like 1 or 2 years where they found a loophole where they were able to import a Hilux, but they had to rename it to something else. So they literally just called it the Toyota truck.
It was like
what they called it.
80.
Because it's like an 86.
It's an 81.
81. Okay, it's like 80-81. It's the 2 years they were able to do it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. Regardless, it's a fucking Hilux.
But Cody's has a 50 cal on the back.
It's true.
It's true.
Rubber ducky one. I cannot wait. Like, we got some head turns driving around Texas. When I start driving around rural Iowa, people are going to shit their pants.
Especially hearing that LS engine. Like, what the fuck is going on?
It'd be actually interesting driving like LA with that thing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because that would cause literal chaos.
How was
the
LA,
police-
by
the
the
police
way?
would be called.
Fucking
How
God.
was it?
So
I didn't have enough
Oh my God. Holy shit. Wait. Rewind.
Time.
Pause. Go.
I tried. I couldn't get it in time. I offered several patch companies to pay for an order of like 1,000 patches if they could get me a singular patch in like 48 hours and nobody could get it done. Otherwise, I was going to get you a deployment patch for LA, like the military.
He's coming here with a ribbon stack.
He comes home. You're like, here's your deployment pad. Fucking CIV on his chest.
The Unsub citation badge.
A coin. Shake his hand. Just the entire whole thing.
How was it?
Just wait. Okay.
The full story.
I have to pee. Hold on.
Okay, hold on. We're going to fucking talk about...
the background. You tell the background.
Okay, so...
I also have to pee though.
Okay, well,
I
you
gotta
go
pee, too.
pee. I will
All
give...
right.
Okay, everyone go pee. I will give a backstory about LA and where you went because I know it. And I was requesting for one thing specifically. I wanted, when he got out on Hunter Street, to describe the smell.
Oh, God.
So,
Piss and shit.
Connor has never been to LA. I cannot describe. I have been to, when I actually went and drove down to LA the very first time, I did a wrong turn and ended up in, what's a really bad spot on,
Oh, you're talking about
where all the homeless people are. Oh, fuck. Not D-Bellum. That's another bad area. I accidentally, this is my first time in LA. I just took a wrong turn because I was trying to find my buddy's place. I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on? Wow. Oh, I'm in the wrong part of town. There's 50,000 homeless people. It's like an absurd number.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's why I call it, like, in my videos, I call it hobo, doo-doo, piss, shit, needle land. Stuff like that.
Such a simplistic name. Wait. Fuck, what is that name? LA homeless area. I hate
I know
that
what you're talking about. I can't think of the fucking name.
Skid Row.
Skid Row.
I
Yeah.
accidentally took a wrong turn. My very first time visiting, I took a wrong turn and just ended up on Skid Row. This is me never being there. I was like, what the ever living fuck? And I'd been to war at that point. So when I was like, hey, Jake, lawyer Jake, corridor Jake, we love him. Also part of Unsub now.
Come to the Midwest side.
So
Lights, though. Coward.
Jake, I was like, I want you to record Connor getting out of Hunter Street the very first time when he takes in that smell. Mm-hmm. And I just want to see that experience. I want to visualize the experience that Connor is having for the very first time, living from that Indiana life and then coming here to Bernie, Texas.
Yeah. So
Go.
you gave the background of the road trip.
Oh, yeah.
You
No,
flew,
road
you
trip,
flew
go.
there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So 2 days ago, lawyer Jake and I, Dad as I call him, woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, local time, San Antonio, Bernie, Texas time, flew to Los Angeles, landed in LAX, drove to the Corridor Digital studio in a rented SUV to pick up equipment that was too expensive to fly back to Texas. And then immediately after loading the SUV, drove back to San Antonio, Texas. So we have been in an SUV for the past 2 days. It's been a wonderful experience. Great road trip. There's some behind the scenes coming. You know, you'll see it. But upon arriving in Los Angeles, he took me on a tour of Skid Row. You may or may not be familiar. Wonderful place. Truly just the pinnacle of Californian society. Got out of the car. The whole place reeks of weed and piss
I saw a dog chewing on a rat, just a stray dog chewing on a rat 2 feet away from the car. It's a third world country. Los Angeles is a third world country. It's exactly like you would expect it to be. So there wasn't like a big reaction of like, whoa, what is this place? Because it was hell on earth, and that's what I expected. But what blew my mind about California, Los Angeles specifically, is that every single flat surface, every single fucking flat surface has graffiti on it.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has graffiti on it. It blew my fucking mind. You could not turn your head without seeing graffiti. Everywhere on the highway for like 2 fucking hours till we left. California, and don't take this out of fucking context, Tony Gonzalez, but is a beautiful, beautiful state. It's a wonderful, everything's in bloom. There's rolling hills, fucking gorgeous.
The weather.
Weather's awesome.
The weather, it's 70 degrees, like the perfect humidity. Oh my God. But the people, Jesus fucking Christ, the people. California would be the Garden of Eden were it not for Californians. How could you take something so beautiful and destroy it? You were given the greatest thing on earth, and you fucking ruined it, you pieces of shit!
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, and then we drove back through the desert, stopped by Roswell, New Mexico. That was also a shithole.
Also, very much a shit.
I was super excited to go to Roswell.
But you don't say that with them. You're not like, we get you. Dude, you're giving Roswell.
New Mexico.
We get it. We get it.
New Mexico. Jake and I,
aliens.
we roll into New Mexico at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So we flew in, again, like I said, 4 o'clock in the morning, get on a goddamn plane, fly to hell on earth, Los Angeles, get in an SUV, drive through the most beautiful place in the world that's fucking been destroyed by the retards who live there. And what is that? Our fourth R word pass. And then made it into Arizona. Arizona, top tier, great state, love it, gotta love it. Got bit by some fire ants at a gas station. That's neither here nor there. Went to New Mexico. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. We arrive, and we had just been driving. Obviously, you know, we've been up for 22 fucking hours. We're like, you know what would be great is to fucking drink a beer and smoke a cigarette and go to bed. Pull into the 7-Eleven, grab a case of White Claws and a case of beer, go to checkout, and the guy goes, "Oh, New Mexico state law can't sell alcohol past midnight." It's fucking Friday. Midnight on a Friday, we can't drink a goddamn beer. The guy goes, "Oh, well, there's a," you know, I start shaking a little bit, a little nervous. But the guy's like, "Oh, there's a bar, you know, down the street. I think they closed at 2. There's no bar. There was nothing in this town. We should have made reservations for the hotel. We didn't. Tried the first one, tried the second one, tried the third one. Ended up at like a Motel 3, I think.
Not even a 6.
No, they're working their,
Sorry.
yeah, they're working their way up. There were some bugs, used condoms, needles. It is what it is. Got a good night's sleep.
How was the smell, though? Like,
Los Angeles?
dude, Hunter Street, like everything.
It's like overbearingly of weed to the point where I literally turned to Jake and I was like, how does it smell like someone's blowing a joint into my face?
Wait, did the hobo urine go away?
It smelled very faintly of piss and weirdly enough of fried chicken.
Cody, don't float.
Camera hard cuts, Cody's floating.
No. I don't know what you're implying, but
Dude, it's surprisingly, so I haven't been in years. If it smells more like weed, that's crazy because that is the most pungent smell I've ever had was getting out for the first time visiting Corridor Rocket Jump. I was like, man, I'm so excited to open the door. It's like, it's just pneumonia. My eyes are burning. I'm like, what is this?
Ammonia.
Like, oh, you're good. Ammonia. Yeah, ammonia. Not pneumonia.
All the homeless people live in like trash nests. It was really interesting. So it's not like on the news and stuff, you'll see like a tent, but like in reality, they're like birds. They're like birds, but with garbage. So they'll be like empty milk jugs and like.
I picture homeless people like this, like.
I saw a guy doing that, dude.
They bend down, they pick up like a jug of milk and like they rip it up and make it a bed out of it.
Yeah, I saw that guy. You saw that guy? Saw a lot of people doing this move.
Oh yeah, what is it? What drug is that, Cody?
Heroin.
Is that the narc that you have to use?
Oh, trank?
Yeah, they're doing heroin, probably with some
Narcan.
fentanyl.
Yeah.
So they do this
zombie lean.
thing.
Yeah, we saw some zombies.
Zombie lean.
Dude,
Yeah.
that zombie lean, dog. Because they do, they just fall asleep standing up.
These are all people. These were children at one point. They have parents. They have homes.
They can vote.
They can vote
I
legally.
don't think a majority can.
I don't think they're going to.
Dude, there was a house. There's a fucking skyscraper like right around the corner on Skid Row. And Jake was like, "You see that shit?" And he's like, "I was like, yeah." And he's like, "That's a multi-million-dollar apartment building they built like specifically to house the homeless." And if you look at this building, they built it like last year, and it looks like fucking Mad Max. Like the windows are all broken. There's like fucking shit thrown. There's a TV dangling from the side, like blowing in the wind. It's like, how did you take something? You were given a multi-million-dollar, thanks to the taxpayers of California, multi-million-dollar fucking apartment building you can live in for free, and they destroyed it within the course of a fucking year. It looks like fucking zombies have taken over.
$1.2 billion was that initiative to give housing to the homeless. $700 million was spent. Then they quit the project altogether. They just gave up on it. This was 5 years ago, and then they relaunched it, and that's what the outcome was. We were like, see, we should have just never done this, because it turned into Judge Dredd.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that too, where it was like drug lords running it, everyone's chaotic, and you're like, huh.
It was almost identical to Austin, Texas. Unironically. I'm saying that without a hint of irony. Los Angeles, where I went in Los Angeles, was almost identical to where we went in Austin, Texas.
Oh, it's beautiful. I could not be a police officer there.
I wouldn't be a police officer anywhere anymore, to be completely honest with you.
When Gavin Newsom runs for president, the memes are going to be so good, though.
Yes. That piece of shit.
When Gavin Newsom runs for president, the memes are going to be
Just top tier.
perfect.
But you made it back, though. We got really
it back
beautiful
alive.
pictures of your outfits that Jake was sending us.
Yes, thank you. I tried on one of each of the uniforms. An
He only
American.
took pictures of one, though.
Well, there are
Let me
pictures.
guess which one.
There are pictures of the gray guys, if you want to call them that, in World War II.
The ally of Axis
the
of Evil.
axis of evil, axis power, yeah, whatever. And Jake was like, "Let me take a picture of this, just so everybody knows what it looks like." And I was like, "Please, maybe don't like." He's like, "I'm not gonna post it." And I was like, "All right, cool, we're good."
What would you rather have? You posted in that outfit, or you posted in a Japanese outfit with tape?
Wait, what?
What?
Tape.
Oh, like my eyes.
I want to know which one. This is your worst scenario. You have to pick one that goes online.
I think. I mean the German one, obviously. Like if you were dressed as a Nazi, I feel like that's not as bad as like taping your eyes up
you don't
into
get
a
to
slant.
say anything about it though. You just get to post it. With,
Just post a photograph.
yeah, and you never can defend it.
Yeah, then I would. Well, okay. That's an interesting condition that you've added. No, I feel like the tape eyes makes that one way worse.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, if you were to propose like tape eye Japanese uniform versus like arm at 45 degrees in the other uniform, that would be
Oh, both.
like.
That's a good. Thank you for adding to that. Thank you for making that challenge way better. Which would you do
man.
it, bro? God, that would be a nightmare for me. It's like,
No, that wouldn't. You're fine because
Oh, me?
you have some
Yeah.
Asian blood in
Yeah.
you, so you'd be good.
just do that one.
What's
That'd
your
be
accent,
okay.
Eli? What would you say if you had the tape ones?
Me?
Yeah, dude. What's the accent?
Oh, it's a Cody. Look at Cody. He looking very strong right now. You got the racist of Mr. Trout, a king of Trout. Another racist. And then a fat electrician. Just struggle on that word for an hour.
The electrician. He's just always hard.
I write it out. E-R-E. God damn it. Which one are y'all picking?
That's why Asians never
I feel
hire
the most comfortable in this situation, right?
If I can never defend it, oh my gosh. I feel like Justin Trudeau is Prime Minister of Canada, so I would go Japanese because obviously like being caricature racist is easier to defend apparently. So I'd probably go that route. Plus the German uniforms are wool and it's hot as fuck. I wore it outside for like 5 seconds. Everybody who plays a German in Tiny Guns 3 is going to be dead.
That's the only defense you can say. It's you. Arm up. Says, man, these uniforms are so hot.
Man, sure is hot in here.
So you look even more racist. Like, what the fuck? And you never respond past
Never
that.
respond to anything. No, I decided to go American instead.
Cody, which one are you choosing?
Oh, Jesus. The most racist one, probably.
It also depends on how you look, though. Now that I'm thinking about it more, like I'd have to see the pictures.
Oh, 100% Cody with the Japanese outfit. Way worse.
Well,
With
they had the little gay hats. The Japanese had those little gay hats. With the things that hang
Delete
down.
that word.
Which one? Oh,
Can't say that. But it's called it's that cap. That's what they call it.
The VFW ones?
Yes.
the things that you said. I'd probably go German now that I'm thinking about it more.
Really? You're just going hard?
Yeah, I feel their uniform like looks better objectively. Everybody knows that and agrees to that.
Oh yeah, they're the baddies.
I like how this car should be a handsome racist or a stupid looking racist.
Exactly. Well, Japanese people
what
stupid
else?
looking.
No, taping your eyes back is stupid though.
I would. And I can't defend it. I was just be like, I was asking a question, dude. I was trying to hail a cab. They caught me in the middle of hailing a cab.
You're in the backyard.
Oh God,
Nick, which one are you picking, dog?
for what?
You gotta
pick one.
I'm not doing either.
That's not
I
how
told Jake I'm
hypotheticals
being
work.
an American. I bitch about communism way too much for anybody to be able to do this. Oh, is this you, bro? And just have a picture of me in a Nazi uniform somewhere. Not happening.
I love, dude. I do love that for Tiny Guns 3, everyone was like this, like because you and Brandon's like bah.
Bad optics.
Yeah, bad optics right now.
Which
Not
now
doing
now that you mention it, when Jake proposed the concept to me, my immediate response was, "Can I be a Nazi?"
Same for Cody. He just was like, I got an outfit already.
He goes, "Oh, I got."
Cody's like,
My grandpa loved Wolfenstein. Look at this.
yeah, huge in the cosplay scene.
You're like, wow, it's like freshly ironed as if you wore it yesterday.
My Argentinian grandfather passed this down.
Generation from generation.
This was up in the attic for a long time.
Have you seen that skit?
Oh yeah,
Bro, my grandfather loved Wolfenstein so much. Look at what I found in the attic.
Look, I think this is one of the original cheat books. Mein Kampf.
I told you guys about the 511 party in Las Vegas, right?
Which part?
What?
The 511 when we went to your thing.
You told me
there.
parts,
In Vegas?
but related to this, I'm not sure anymore.
We were like in the store and there was like some dude that was just like there shopping and looking for backpacks. And I'm like, I have a lot of backpacks. I'm on the search for like the perfect backpack for some reason. So I just like know a bunch of whatever. And I like walked up, I was like, pick that one. This one sucks dick. Pick that backpack. Trust me. It's the better of the two. And he's like, oh, yeah, I couldn't have that one anyways because I'm from Argentina and I run a security company, but like in Argentina, you can't have like military looking stuff or the cops will stop you all the time because they have a huge cartel problem and the cops will just assume you're with the cartel and they'll try to like bust you or whatever. So he's looking for like the low key, but still like useful backpack. And we like start bullshitting back and forth for a minute. He's like, yeah. And this dude's like, I don't know, not super South American looking.
Brown.
And he's like, yeah, my grandfather is from Argentina. And I just kind of look at him and he goes, yeah, yep. And we had a whole conversation in the word yup. And that was about it. Yeah.
Moved here in 1946.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yup.
My 511 story was that was the day that I decided to wear my I'm gay t-shirt, not knowing we were going to a press event.
I forgot you had, dude, which also played out so good for when that one dude came up to try to get us to go to the hot girls to fucking eat each other out.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember that? This guy was like, you want to
Section.
party with some bitches? They're going to fucking slob on that night. And we're like, no, we're gay. I love dick. And then he had a shirt that just says, I'm gay. So that dude was like, nah, dog. Just walked off. I forgot about that.
No, because I wore suits. I dressed like fucking, not Robert De Niro. Yeah, Robert De Niro in Casino. Like every day that I was down in Vegas because I was just being a fucking dickhead as usual. So like big sunglasses, Hawaiian shirt under a suit jacket, like fitted up. Excuse me. And I was wearing that for like 3 days consecutively. And then on the fourth day, I had to, subvert expectations. So I wore a black t-shirt that in Comic Sans all caps just says, I'm gay. not knowing that we would be going to a press event.
So the same event where Tim Kennedy was there, and he had like a little talk he gave, and he got like attacked by a
Belgian Malinois.
Malinois wearing the dog suit and everything, and he had Michelle Watterson, the UFC fighter lady, and her husband there, and he was introducing her to everybody, and I was going to try to get her on Unsub, and I think Tim was trying to get her on Unsub too for an episode, and we were talking, and like previously that night I had talked to somebody that was a fan of mine, and he had like had this story about his grandfather in World War II, yada yada yada. I bullshitted with him for like 5 minutes, and like 20 minutes later, now I'm talking with Tim and Michelle, and I'm like a couple minutes into this conversation with Michelle and her husband, and they're really nice. And this dude just comes back up with an iPad and he goes, "Bro, I found that picture I was telling you about of my grandpa." And he just shows me and Michelle and Tim Kennedy and Michelle Watterson's husband. And he just flips the old iPad around, and it is his grandfather holding a severed human head. And I'm like, okay. He's like, "Yeah, isn't that cool?" I was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. You go over there. I'll talk to you in a minute." Okay, great. And I was like, "Sorry, this is my life."
That kind of like one of those situations where there's like 15 minutes of explanation. Where you're just like,
My bad.
This is normal for me, but I understand how it's not normal for a lot of people. I'm really sorry.
Fuck. Can we talk about who's coming on shortly for UFC fighters?
Come.
If you want to
I
ruin the
love giving-
surprise,
It's called
I'm good, buddy.
tantalizing.
I'm good, buddy.
it's a teaser.
A
We're
teaser?
teasing
Okay,
you.
Because I think we're all stoked
pressure.
for that one.
Yeah, no, that one's going to be good. I've been speaking with, you might know him. His name is Mighty Mouse, Mr. Demetrious Johnson. So he's going to be coming on Unsub here soon. That'll be a good episode.
It was the weirdest thing. Me and Cody and I are sitting at, and then it just pops up. It's like fucking Demetrious Johnson calling, because Cody just gave his number, and he's immediately called, or just like he called Cody. Was like, "Hey, I know where he lives. Tell him fucking nice."
Yeah, I
phone area.
was like, oh shit, I should take this call right now. I'll be right back. So yeah, he's going to be coming on Unsub here in the next couple months.
It's going to be awesome.
Really excited about that one because I've known him. We've never met in person, but I've known him for a little over a year now because I've been trying to play Tarkov with him because he's a huge gamer. So it'll be a good one to have on. We can talk about games, beating the fuck out of people, being the pound for pound, like most deadliest fucking fighter in the world almost.
He cracks me up because like everybody else in the pound for pound best ever conversation is like hardcore, like this dude just thinks about fighting, and Mighty Mouse is like playing video games and shit all the time while also being probably pound for pound one of, if not the best fighters ever.
Just a deadly man. He just
Cracks
got his
me
black
up.
belt too. One of my friends just told me about that. Yeah.
I've been watching his. I saw his highlights just because I'm into jiu-jitsu and shit. Like even doing gi jiu-jitsu, he's going into like absolute tournaments up against dudes that are like 300 pounds and still winning.
Christ,
just
dude.
spider monkeying dudes. It's hilarious.
Just for reference, this dude was a UFC champion. He just got his fucking black belt.
He's
With, like,
he's
some
just a
of, like,
monster.
I don't know if it the best submission in UFC history, but like he's in the running. That suplex
hands
to
down.
armbar, it gets brought up in every best submission ever.
Dude's a fucking monster on the ground and stand up. He's just a monster in general.
He's got one of the best knockouts ever. It wasn't even in the UFC where he catches a dude with a punch and rocks him, and the dude starts stumbling back, and he literally just stays with him, stumbling back and doesn't strike. And as soon as the dude's back hits the cage, he throws a flying knee and catches him on the recoil and just obliterates him. It's horrible. It's one of the gnarliest knockouts on the fucking planet. And it's just scary because it's like he rocked him, he knew he rocked him, and he just like follows him this close, follows him all the way across the cage until he bumps the cage and then throws a flying knee. It's horrifying.
Just annihilates him.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Yeah.
I love Inoue just fought. Inoue's the new. He's called the Monster. Monster, not Beast. Japanese fighter that is decimating the weight classes, and he's now moving up. He got dropped for the very first time Monday. He fights in Japan, so it's a Monday fight.
Metric.
Yeah, 4 a.m. Fucking yeah, metric. Dude got dropped for the very first time in his career, and I was like, you got to see how mad that dude got from getting dropped for the first time. And then he just absolutely hunted the dude down and destroyed him. I was like, oh, that poor man just, oh, I would not want to piss. One dude, you don't want to piss. It's like pissing off Mike Tyson. You're like,
Speaking,
Who was the dude when we were at dinner the other night who did the fucking like backflip heel kick into the guy's face? Do you remember that?
I forgot. That was a nasty knockout. Dude does a full like jump rotation.
capoeira kick.
Yeah, and then lands on the dude's chin with his shin. Like
He saw, like he dropped him and he saw his opportunity and he's like, oh. does the backflip.
and the guy like kicks out and misses, and then you see a shin going like this, and guy's body goes like this.
Murder.
Does the tense up? I was like, oh, that guy's fucking done.
As we're all watching it on a cell phone. We were those guys at the bar. It's like families out at dinner and we're all like,
I love fighting. I'll watch. Everyone fighting, I'm like, fucking, this is heaven for me. I didn't realize Gracie. So, remember Hoist just destroying everyone UFC time frame. Hoist came out recently on a podcast, and Hoist, they were like, why were you the Gracie? You were the greatest.
He was the smallest.
No, that's not even why. He talks about this.
Okay.
Hoist, this is
Okay.
Hoist talking about it. He was like, no, I wasn't the best by any means. He was like, my dad picked me because I was the best looking to be in front of the camera. He was like, that's literally all it boiled down to.
The legend that I always heard was that because it was
everyone has legends.
it was between him and Hickson.
Hickson's a monster.
And Hickson's a fucking monster, but Hickson's also a pretty big dude. And like the jujitsu like lore, I guess, was always that the Gracie family picked Hoist because he was the smallest. And they wanted to display the fact that their martial art was so good that the small guy could go in and beat a 250-pound wrestler or whatever. So that was always kind of like the jujitsu lore behind it.
And then Hoist came out on a podcast recently. He was like, yeah, that fucking lore, I don't know where that came from. He's like, literally, my dad picked me because I was the best looking of the Hoistes. Or the Gracies. He was like, it was all my dad picked. He was like, oh...
so my dad picked me because he recognized I had telekinetic powers at an early age.
It was because Hickson, as you were saying, Hickson, this dude had like 300 fights and no losses. Hickson was a monster at that time in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Bro, one of the funniest, if you nerd out about like jiu-jitsu and MMA shit, if you ever look up Hickson Gracie, so he had a son. His son's name is Kron. He fought in the UFC, fought like Cub Swanson, and it was... He didn't do particularly well because he was like straight jiu-jitsu, and everybody was just scared to death to go to the ground with him. Naturally. But in ADCC, he was in the finals up against somebody, and this dude was basically playing the point system, trying to stall Kron out so he couldn't, because Kron would submit him on the ground. What kind of name and Hickson Gracie is like, he's like old, he's like in his 50s now, and Hickson Gracie is just stone faced, just like old school gangster stone face, watching from the crowd, just watching his son fucking annihilate people in the biggest grappling competition in the world. And like ADCC is Abu Dhabi Combat Club, and it's literally like a bunch of royalty from the Middle East is just like, fuck it, I want to see who the best grappler in the world is from any discipline, whatever.
I have $4 trillion.
So like, this is like the best grappling competition period to this day. And this is back in the day. And he's just sitting there watching his son annihilate people. And they're in the finals. And this dude's kind of like stalling. And Hickson finally just like breaks the stone face. And he starts going, just fucking taunting this dude by making chicken noises. It's fucking hilarious.
I just like Hickson when Kron came out. He's like, your name Kron. Baby Kron now.
Kron is a bad
already. That's a name I would have never pictured.
It's the most caveman ass name.
Your name Kron Gracie.
Kron. Kron.
Put the 3 blood marks on the baby's face. And then he's making chicken sounds.
Thank God he wasn't disfigured. He'd have thrown him off a cliff.
Could you imagine being like mid, jiu-jitsu fight with some dude and like just one of the most famous legends of your sport ever is just making chicken noises at you? It'd be horrible.
Oh, that would be terrible. That's like being at our live show.
Imagine if you were boxing. Like imagine if you had a boxing fight and Muhammad Ali is just taunting you for being a bitch from the stands. You're like, oh, damn it.
Okay, I'll step it up. Jesus fucking Christ, bro.
Speaking of which, do we got Tyson or do we got
Tyson?
Paul? Yeah, me
Tyson.
too. I want Tyson to win so bad.
As long as he's not on shrooms, he'll do good.
Bro, like
I
you
hope
don't
he's on
understand.
shrooms, but uncontrollable. Like I want
Tyson-
Viking shroom Tyson. Berserker.
Comes in wearing a bear belt.
He's eating his forearms.
Tyson knocking out Jake Paul has the potential to be like the most unifying thing America's seen in the last 20 years. Just
It's that
everybody's on
9/11.
the same page. Like, I don't care who you voted for. If you're over the age of 20, you're like, yes, Mike Tyson fucking knocked him out.
Flags in front of every
Yeah,
house.
this doesn't matter. Did you just say it's our 9/11?
Yeah. Exactly. It's just flags in front of every house. Fucking Bush is like, we won.
For real, I can't think of a more unifying thing in my adult lifetime than people rooting for Tyson right now.
Oh, dude, I want that. And he's looking like a killer right now. I just hope they just let him kill. I want methed out Tyson in that
Yes.
ring.
Dude, he's got the shark eyes. I saw Eli's shark eyes the other day. That's scary. He's the sweetest. Like you can see, look at this smiling. He's just a happy guy. No, we were training boxing, and then I saw fighting Eli, and his eyes roll back in his head. It's just black, and he's like, they're like
the shark from Nemo.
dude, literally exactly like that.
Blood.
And then I would throw a jab, and he would like grab my arm and he's like, no, do this, and then it would like be way quicker, and I was like, okay, he knows what he's talking about, and then he would like counter, and it's like, I'm like, ah, Jesus,
Fight.
That's the best. Same thing in jiu-jitsu when you're training somebody, like, here's the right answer. Also, you're still wrong.
I've only ever been in bar fights.
Here's you with a level 1 correct answer. Here's me with a level 50 wrong answer.
Look, what? I thought I was learning. I don't know anything. But don't fight random people, especially if they have cauliflower ear, or when they fight you, they're smiling and they're very comfortable.
Yeah, or wearing flip flops, or when if you square up to somebody and their feet go, then you know you're in fucking trouble.
Just leave. Just like, you know what, bro? That was my bad.
Or shoot them.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer. Shoot them. Claim it's self-defense. Start crying. Call the police. I don't know what happened. You'll be fine.
Their hands already stopping you from drawing. You're like, uh-oh.
Well, you were training boxing. I was training in the blade.
Do you remember the guy on the subway that went to pull a pair of scissors out on someone else, and he was sitting down, and the guy pushed the pair of scissors down and just started hammering him in the face?
No.
Did you ever see that one?
No.
Yeah.
That was his go-to weapon. His sidearm was a pair
He
of
started
scissors.
to pull out a pair of scissors, and the dude grabbed his hand and pushed the scissors back in, like down into his leg, and just fucking started hammering his head against the back of the subway car.
I bet that dude never pulled scissors again.
100%. He was like,
the dude
I
just
should have brought a knife.
the dude defending himself just wanted to be left alone, and this
my
drunk
God.
guy was just like all up in his face. And
Just like, okay, I'm gonna hold this down. I'm gonna go do some work now.
I just got done sewing a dress. And he's like, this is the only weapon I have on me.
Cody, close us out. We'll do an after show. Fucking close this bitch out.
guys, thank you for coming to the Unsubscribed podcast. I was joined today by Eli Double Tap, Mr. King Trout, and the Fat Electrician.
And Cody,
Hello.
donut operator.
Donut.
And Brandon, who's not
Herrera,
here.
And Brandon Herrera, who had to do Congress. Mr. Congress. Gotta go be a congressman. Change the world. Positively benefit people.
Go check out the after show. We're gonna go there for 10 to 20 minutes and have a good time. Kisses. Also, last week's episode, fucking amazing. It's just you and your parents talking. Fucking loved it, dog.
What did I miss?
Oh, it's something we filmed around Rains Day, right? When my parents were here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the after show
sweetest
on,
people in the
on
world.
Patreon was just being my parents talking. My mom telling stories and stuff. So it was really good, man. She's just a sweetheart.
They're
Mama
so proud
Donut's
of
an
you.
angel.
I was like, oh, this
We need to protect her at all costs.
Yes, sir.
We will. Through
Oh, yeah.
violence. Bye.